Don't believe I have to remind you that this mission is top secret. Everything that you do will be rejected. Many of our best men have been on this mission before. We've sent in countless swabs, and we have uncovered massive levels of intel. But all those that we have caught, their mouths are shut tighter than Fort Knox. Every time we have a good lead, we come up short and empty-handed. This time, however, we're sending you undercover. You're gonna join them, become one of them, watch them, listen to them, and hopefully not be buried by them. We've lost a lot of the best boys we've got. We've lost countless taxpayers' dollars. You cannot become another casualty. Backroom deals, scumbags. We don't know what they're capable of, but we think we know what you're capable of. So be patient and listen. They're out there somewhere. They're out there.
And we are live, I'm pretty sure.
Indeed we are.
Quite sure. Welcome, everybody. It's Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. This is the Trade and Raid podcast, as you can see right there. That's it. That's what we're doing right now. That is the Trade and Raid show, as I would like to think of it. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Mark. And with me is, the ever-present and fantastic Sage.
Hello, everyone.
And, unlike previous shows, this show, I think this is going to be a good one. Unlike previous ones, this one's going to be, probably pretty okay, I would say.
Yeah, all the last ones were garbage. They're terrible. Don't even bother watching them.
It was all shit leading up to this moment, but from here on
we got the good stuff.
Here on out, it's going to be better than bad, at least, for sure. Guaranteed. I am drinking a mystery drink. I have developed a slightly, I don't know if you guys can even see it on screen. I have developed a sort of tremble. I noticed that like my straw's been like rattling in my cup and stuff. Like I'm just like trembling really bad. Don't know why. After I turned like 30, it's like the warranty was up and things just kind of start to come loose every now and then. Things to look forward to.
Ain't that just the way?
Right. I'm like, I have a tremble now. Or I'll like stretch and something will hurt like behind my ear and I'll be like, I've never felt pain there before. It's like an achievement. You've unlocked a new pain. Ooh.
This is fine. This is great.
Midna. I love this shirt. Awesome. Thank you. I've had this shirt for not very long, but I haven't worn it. It's a button up, but it's a t-shirt. Don't have many of those. I like it though. It's got a lot of green on it, and I keep staring at myself in the camera, wondering if it's seeing through the green. Slightly, maybe. Can't tell. I have a ridiculous amount of light on the green screen behind me, though, so... I mean, what green screen? We're out here in the
wasteland of...
Yeah.
Wherever.
We're outside a gas station. The Red Rocket gas station. I keep wanting to say in the Mojave Desert, but that is definitely not it. I can't remember. Is it Take Me Home, Country Road? What is that?
To a place I belong, West Virginia.
West Virginia. There it is. That's where we are. West Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
Yeah.
Great. Now I'm gonna have that stuck in my head the whole time.
You're welcome. All right. So, guys, we got to talk about it. Twitter is now X. We got to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. It's got to happen. I know I said we will avoid like news of the day stuff, but
so now everyone who used to work at Twitter can say they're an ex-employee, just like everyone who also works at Twitter.
Nice. How long have you had that one stewing in your pocket?
Waiting on them. It's like, oh, this is so dumb.
I need an audience for this joke. Give it to me. So yeah, we need to talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna try to make it fun though. We're gonna do a little, not a super deep dive. I don't want to get into every terrible decision Elon made up to this point because our podcasts can only be 3 hours long. But after that, we will talk about controllers, which I have no idea what compelled me to. I don't know. I think it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles controller that I saw, Xbox themed controller. And I was like, I want to just like look at controllers. And I went down a bit of a controller rabbit hole. So we're going to talk about gaming controllers at some point after we talk about Twitter X or X Twitter or whatever the frick he's calling like AIX or something like that. And last but not least, another topic I've been avoiding is Diablo 4. Definitely going to talk about Diablo 4. I wanted to wait until kind of the first round of patches went out and the battle pass came out and I got to kind of get my hands on it. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. We got some pretty fun and funny content to look through on that. Not limited to someone getting to hardcore level 100 and dying from a glitch. Crazy.
Terrible.
Brand new season, brand new character, max level. I think he was 9 levels off or something like that from max level. I can't remember. We'll get to it. It sucks though. I mean, I myself would be quite upset. So we're gonna rip this off like a Band-Aid and talk about X and all of that. X is not a good name. I did find out though that there was already a company called X that Elon had founded prior to, oh boy, let me see if I can remember this correctly. PayPal. He wanted to call it X something, and then it ended up becoming PayPal. He got forcibly removed off the board of PayPal because he kept coming up with dumb ideas. And then he ended up making Tesla, and Tesla famously has the Tesla Model X, and you have SpaceX, so now Twitter is turning into like AIX or something like that.
At least SpaceX, like there's a pun in it, and it is kind of funny. I'll have to admit, like it's like, okay, SpaceX, yeah, okay, haha, we're all yeah. 14, 15 years old, sure, whatever. Like one is fine, but if you want, no, come on. Especially when it's already so well established.
So this says IGN post this up. It says it's Elon Musk's complete timeline of the news so far. They kind of abandoned this. It was last updated December 22nd, 2022. So I don't want you guys thinking this isn't new news. This should be stuff most people know. So I'm going to skip this intro part. There is a pretty fun slideshow, though. We're not going to read everything. The many faces of Elon. Yeah, we don't need to see that. So just skimming through this, just so people know what's up, is let's see here. April 4th, 2022, Tesla SpaceX CEO Elon Musk announced he now owns 9.2% of Twitter. Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk announced that he now owns... Okay, well, they're just going to put that... Okay, I don't like it when they do that. This is the title and it's just the first sentence. Making him the largest shareholder of the social media company, Musk wasted no time taking to Twitter and asking people if they wanted to see an edit button added to the platform. Following the news, Twitter CEO Parag said Musk would be appointed to Twitter's board of directors, saying he felt he would bring great value to its board. Musk responded saying he was excited to work with Agrawal and the board to make significant improvements to Twitter in the coming months. So it's kind of like foreshadowing, right? January, February, March, April. So this is like well over a year ago. Twitter confirms it's working on an edit button. Elon Musk decides not to join Twitter's board of directors. Twitter CEO Parag shared an internal memo on Twitter saying Musk chose not to join the board. Said he believes this is for the best. That being said, he would be open to Musk's input going forward. Now, this is like, I think this is a part where a lot of people get like a little confused. So Musk offered to buy Twitter for $44 billion, which amounts to $54.20 per share in cash. That is 54% higher than the company's share price the day before Musk began his recent investment into the company. Twitter was valued at the time at $37 billion. So I just want to like throw it out there. So the day before he got into the company and got to this 9.2%. So like the day before he did that, the company was worth 54% less, right? So Twitter was valued at the time at $37 billion. Sage, what's 54% of $37 billion?
I mean, roughly. I mean, you just roughly cut it in half. So if it's
right, I guess, yeah. So I think what people miss is that when he got that 10%, he actually inflated the value of Twitter by 54% when he did that. And let's say he had never invested in Twitter and then purchased Twitter, Twitter would have been worth like, let's say 17, 18 billion dollars. This followed a letter sent to Twitter from Musk following his investment to become the majority shareholder, saying Twitter would need to be transformed as a private company or he would leave. Since making my investment, I now realize the company will neither thrive nor serve. Social... Oh, my brain is like going mush. Imperative in its current form, Musk said. Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company. If the deal doesn't work, given that I don't have confidence in the management, nor do I believe I can drive the necessary change in the public market, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder. So this actually, I got missed on this a lot during the beginning when I heard about everything that was going on. I just knew that he had spent, $40+ billion. What I didn't know is that he could have purchased it for $20 billion easily.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times when you hear them talk about how like Twitter's stock value has plummeted by half, it's almost like saying Twitter has evened itself out over time back to what it was actually worth at that time. Of course, it's going to drop in value. He inflated it and then fucked it up. Twitter's board of directors attempt to block Musk's takeover. This plan, also known as a poison pill, is used by a company's board of directors to stop a hostile takeover. It offers certain shareholders the right to purchase more company stock at a discounted price. So the Twitter's board of directors unanimously decided to adopt a shareholder rights plan. Basically, it's allowing them all to purchase more stock option as a board to dilute the amount of ownership one individual has. Which, who knows how much money was pumped into it, at that point. But then Twitter announces it agrees to sell. Twitter has a purpose and relevance that impacts the entire world. Deeply proud of our team and inspired by the work that has never been more important, Twitter CEO said. Yeah, so now we're still in April 26th. Twitter co-founder says Elon Musk is the singular solution I trust.
I wonder if he's still saying that.
Yeah, right. Probably just to keep confidence high in the business. Following his $44 billion proposal to purchase the company, Dorsey said that Twitter's return to being a private company as a result of the sale is the correct first stop. Twitter is the closest thing we have to a global consciousness, began Dorsey. The idea and service is all that matters to me, and I will do whatever it takes to protect both. Twitter as a company has always been my sole issue and my biggest regret. It has been owned by Wall Street, and the ad model, taking it back from Wall Street, is the correct first step. Blah, blah, blah. All that, blah, blah, blah. See here. Twitter CEO publicly refused to show proof. This was all the back and forth that Elon had with Twitter. Basically challenging the valuation of the company. And in June 6, Elon Musk threatens to terminate the deal to buy Twitter if spam bot demands aren't met. I'm sure most people know about the whole bot kerfuffle where they were saying like the vast majority of users on Twitter and the vast amount of use going through Twitter was pure bot based.
Basically, dead internet theory.
Right. Based on Twitter's behavior to date and the company's latest correspondence in particular, Mr. Musk believes the company is actively resisting and thwarting his information rights under the merger agreement. That's what Musk's lawyers wrote. This is clear material breach of Twitter's obligation under the merger agreement, and Musk reserves all rights resulting therefrom, including his right not to consummate the transaction and his right to terminate the merger. Then a month later, Musk terminates the deal. Because he says that there's too much bullshit going on in Twitter, and he doesn't want to buy it. It's basically what he was saying. They're not being forthright. Their numbers aren't right. I'm not going to buy it. So he was kind of going the angle of this is not what I agreed to purchase. So we're supposed to get a lawsuit in October. October comes around, agrees to buy Twitter for $44 billion, averting trial. Musk once again agreed to buy Twitter, averting a trial that was set for October. We received the letter from Musk parties, which they have filed with the SEC. The intention of the company is to close the transaction at $54.20 per share. The trial was postponed, and the court set a deadline of October 28th for Musk and Twitter to close the deal. Elon Musk walks into Twitter HQ carrying a sink. Musk signified his Twitter deal was complete as he tweeted an image of him walking into Twitter's HQ with a sink along the caption, "Let that sink in," and updated his Twitter bio to say Chief Twit. Yeah, very,
More fitting than he knew.
Yep. Completes takeover of Twitter, fire CEO and other top executives. So this is when the purge began. I don't know if everyone remembers the purge, but doesn't have confidence in management and early filing about the deal. There were also some public feuds on Twitter between the two, including one where Musk replied to a tweet by Agrol about defending the company's user metrics by tweeting back a poop emoji. So this is back when Twitter reportedly was planning to charge $20 per month for verification, even for those already verified. Prior to Musk's takeover of Twitter, Twitter Blue cost $5 and allowed users to edit their tweets, get early access to new features and more, but it had nothing to do with verification. Under Musk's new plan, any user could get the blue verification checkmark, and we remember how great that went. Yeah, so many things almost everything Musk says does not age well. Almost everything. November 1st, Elon Musk defends Twitter verification fee, then says it will only be $8. And then we remember that, what was that?
I was going to say, and that was after the little tweet spat or whatever with the author. Oh my God. Like the Shining, the author of, I can't think of his name all of a sudden.
Yeah, I remember. I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, because that was like top tier content.
Oh, Stephen King.
Yeah.
That was with Stephen King.
Twitter's current lords and peasants system for who has or doesn't have a blue checkmark is bullshit, Musk wrote in a twit. Power to the people, blue for $8 a month. Do you guys remember the flood? Sage, do you remember the floodgates that opened with that? What was that company that lost like an insane amount of money because someone started tweeting as them?
I honestly don't remember. I'm not a user, so I honestly, anything that was tangential.
Man, they lost so much. November 2nd, Elon Musk wants to introduce paywalled video to Twitter. If it were to go through, the report says monetization options included preset amounts to options for $1, $2, $5, and $10 to reveal a video. The tweet and video will still appear on the timeline and be interacted with, but the video would appear blurry until paid for. This, to me, of all the stupid ideas, is the stupidest. That is peak dumb to me. That is that's it. I mean, that's basically like an OnlyFans on Twitter. Like the video, if you want the video, you gotta pay. Very silly.
Pay-per-view.
Right. November 4th, Twitter begins laying off up to 3,700 employees, is now being sued for it. People had no idea that they were being sued. There were some people who had contracts, guaranteed amounts of work, guaranteed number of years. A lot of those contracts had like stipulations, like you have to give such a notice. All of that shit. I remember doing a pretty deep dive myself around this time of just looking at all the different people that were screwed over in this. And I can't remember who it was. There was someone who was on board on like an advisory role who, I mean, Musk could not have picked someone worse to go toe to toe with. And I tried to look for it because it's like my favorite Twitter story. It's my favorite part of this timeline. But alas, I could not figure out who it was. It was an awesome back and forth between Musk and this guy, though. Because Musk was like, you don't even do anything. And then this dude like laid out everything that he's done for Twitter and has been doing for Twitter. And it was like the sheer number of people who came to bat for him. This dude has made like millions of dollars, and he's like this massive philanthropist, and is like, he's got like borderline like like the highest reward like a mayor can give a person for participating in community and helping build communities and jobs and
Oh yeah.
giving money to colleges and students. And so like this dude is like very, very well known and an infinitely good guy. And Musk was like, yeah, you're just sitting at home not doing shit and you don't even help. I don't even know what you do here. And it turns out the dude's like crippled, like he's lost the use of his legs. It's so bad. In an effort to place Twitter on a healthy path, we will go through the difficult process of reducing our global workforce on Friday. An internal memo read, Twitter also noted that employees would be getting a message sent to their Twitter email if their job was impacted or if they would be getting a message to their personal email if they were laid off. In response to the layoffs, Twitter was hit with a class action lawsuit as it was said to be in violation of federal and California law for not giving employees enough notice. The attorney who filed the lawsuit said employees would get severance pay for 2 months. And then that is when the advertisers started pulling out, like Volkswagen and Pfizer, General Mills, probably a little bit of money there. They paused their spending on the platform. Musk responded to the pausing, saying Twitter has seen a massive drop in revenue due to pressure from activist groups. So he fucked up by calling Volkswagen, Pfizer, and General Mills activist groups. Probably not something you'd want to put out there. Oh man. Twitter adds an official non-paid gray verification checkmark. Then Elon gets rid of it November 10th. Reportedly tells Twitter employees that bankruptcy isn't out of the question. That's when he started like throwing really weird threats out there all the time. Federal Trade Commission lawsuits. Twitter Blue suspended after wave of account impersonator creates chaos. The companies that lost ridiculous amounts of money. Twitter's two-factor authentication reportedly fails for certain users. Twitter's Blue verification program will relaunch on November. Twitter closes all of its office buildings as employees resign en masse. And it goes on and on. And Elon has talked about stepping away from Twitter, according to this, as early back as November 17th. That's been kind of an ongoing on and off thing. Trump gets invited back. Trump says, nah. Twitter gets blue, gold, and gray verification based on account type. Which is so stupid. Twitter and Elon Musk suspend Kanye West for incitement to violence tweet involving a swastika.
Yeah, that's Kanye.
Man, that timeline.
Or, I'm sorry, yay.
What a weird timeline, What a weird timeline.
What a weird world.
December 11th, Twitter to relaunch its Blue subscription service and verified checkmarks on Monday will cost $3 more on iPhone. To
be fair, that's, I think, more of a problem with Apple. Because of the amount of they want to make the same amount of money, but Apple takes a larger cut.
Yeah, 30% cut Apple takes on all in-app purchases and subscriptions. We don't need to get too deep into the weeds on this. Twitter said it would suspend accounts promoting other social media platforms, but now it may not. Twitter said it would no longer allow free promotion of specific social media platforms through tweets or on-account bios. This includes linking out to another social media platform with URLs or even simply providing your handle without a URL. However, it quickly removed the Help Center article about the privacy after a negative reception online. In response, Elon Musk said, going forward, there will be a vote for major policy changes. My apologies, won't happen again. There's a very interesting quote. Might want to keep an eye on that. My apologies, won't happen again. We vote now. Elon Musk says Twitter users can decide if he steps down, and they said he should, and he didn't. Elon Musk says he'll resign as Twitter CEO eventually. This man just doesn't know how to win. Not in like a way that is like public and social.
Nah, he took a page out of the Charlie Sheen book of winning.
Yeah, not so good. Not so good. So now I want to get like, so we have Threads. We talked about Threads the other day. That is basically Facebook or Instagram's response to all the Twitter shit. Twitter owner Elon Musk has accused Meta of cheating with the launch of rival social network Threads. The social network Threads. Twitter threatened to sue Meta over systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets and intellectual property, as well as scraping of Twitter's data. In a cease and desist letter sent to Mark Zuckerberg by Musk lawyer Alex Spiro, nice, that's a cool last name. The letter was first reported by Semaphore. In the legal letter, Spiro claimed ex-Twitter staff helped create the copycat Threads app. In an interview with the BBC in April, Musk said Twitter had laid off more than 6,000 employees, around 80% of its workforce, following his $44 billion purchase of the company. Competition is fine, cheating is not, Musk said in a tweet. Meta has denied the claims. I like this Twitter Daily News with the W like pulled out. Titter. Twitter is threatening to sue. Yeah, this is just it. Yeah, that's basically what I just read. Thread, which launched this week and already has more than 30 million users, is pitched as a friendly alternative to Twitter. Twitter currently has an estimated 350 million users. So we saw this article before. This is not a new article. This is posted July 7th. So we saw this. I'm just bringing it back so we kind of get an idea of where we're at and where we're going. So we know about Threads. July 10th, Threads hits 100 million signups in just 5 days. Okay, so we know Threads is growing. Elon Musk rebrands Twitter with a new X logo. Now this is today. This is today's years olds. This was this morning at 6 a.m. Elon Musk has pushed through a Twitter rebrand with a new X logo that replaces the iconic blue bird logo that launched in 2010. Tweets will be replaced according to the Twitter owner, and posts will be called X's. The X logo is meant to be minimalistic Art Deco and may end up changing again in the future. Yep. Going with the minimalist Art Deco in the upper right. Probably changes later, certainly will be refined. Musk is a big fan of X when it comes to branding, SpaceX, X.com, etc., and is the name of his planned Everything app that would encompass functions such as paying for bills and ordering a taxi, inspired by all-encompassing WeChat in China. And then that's their headquarters. They got the X light on the side of the building. According to recently appointed Twitter CEO Linda, oh boy, X is centered in audio, video, messaging, payment, banking, and is powered by AI. Let's see. It's an exceptionally rare thing in life or in business that you get a second chance to make another big impression. Twitter made one massive impression and changed the way we communicate. Now X will go further, transforming the global town square. Oh boy. X is the future state of unlimited interactivity, centered in audio, video, messaging, payments, and banking, creating a global marketplace for ideas, goods, services, and opportunities. Powered by AI, X will connect us all in ways we're just beginning to imagine. So that's a whole nothing burger. That is saying nothing. It means nothing. There's no substance to it. It's just blah. It's nothing. Nothing is being said here. The rebrand, which can now be seen on Twitter itself, comes hot on the heels of the launch of social media rival Threads, which saw explosive growth in the week after release. Musk has accused Threads creator Meta of cheating and threatened to sue over systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation. We know this. Last week, Musk admitted Twitter had lost almost half of its advertising revenue since he bought it, and that the social network is struggling under heavy debt load. Cash flow also remains negative. In a tweet, Musk said, "Need to reach positive cash flow before we have the luxury of anything else." Yeah. Musk sacked about half of Twitter's 7,500 staff when he took over in 2022 in an effort to cut costs. So the company is basically just a shell, and he's rebranding it, which means Twitter's going to lose a lot of its identity, which I find weird. I feel like it's very strange. Like, could you imagine if Coca-Cola rebranded?
Like hard rebranded? Oh my god.
Like, because Coke is so recognizable world around. I get that Coke's way more recognizable than Twitter world around, but just a thought, like, it's weird because Twitter is Twitter and a tweet is a tweet, and there's so much social space around it. Internet.
It has its own etymology, yeah.
That to even consider rebranding it, especially if it's going under. Why would you rebrand it if it's going under? Like, I don't know. It's trying to find logic, I guess, with Musk is probably not worth it. So, X users react. So we're going to get the reaction of the people. This was posted July 24th, which is today. And this was posted about 9 o'clock in the morning, about 12 hours ago. X users react to Elon Musk's decision to kill Twitter's famous blue bird logo. And it is famous. It is like, when it comes to a digital brand, it's probably the most recognizable one, I would say. I would say it's more recognizable than the F in Facebook just because it's more iconic. Social media users are reacting to Elon Musk's latest controversy, which he swapped the blue bird for the X. Musk has made a lot of controversial changes to Twitter since buying the social media platform. In a short space of time, Twitter has widespread layoffs, the introduction of paid verification scheme, a legal name change to X, tweet limits, and more. This chronic spiral, spared with a series of technical issues and comments from Musk regarding the site's negative cash flow and declining advertiser revenue, has led many users to speculate that Twitter's reign atop the social media pantheon has finally drawn to a close. The one constant in the sea of change has been Twitter's borderline reassuring blue bird. The blue bird has watched over Twitter in one form or another since 2010. And it's fair to say that the vast majority are now familiar with it. That's got to be some pretty strong branding. That's what I was thinking. Elon Musk disagrees, and as of today, he has replaced the blue bird with somewhat generic X symbol. Thankfully, X, as it is now called, is a social media site, which means there's no shortage of hot takes on the controversial rebranding, many of which are less than positive about the move. Then we have a video here of Elon Musk turning Twitter into the X. Pretty much. Twitter X is not allowed. Wait, Twitter X is not allowed in the X meeting.
No, not. No, not.
I like that one. Evolution of the Twitter logo. Is that really what it looked like back in 2006? For some reason, this 2010 one actually looks familiar to me. Good.
The 2007 one, I'm like, okay, I remember that. I definitely don't remember the 2006.
2009. It just turned into a cartoon character for a couple of years. Or a year. Oh, when I say Coke rebranding, I mean like changing the name. Because it's not even called Twitter anymore. If it was like Twitter, but they were changing it to like red and putting like, I don't know, a caterpillar up there or something like that, and they still called it Twitter, like it still has the name branding. But like if Coke was like our substance is no longer brown, we are now called like Y brand liquid, and you know, and we're switching to yellow, you know, or
there's
something.
gotta be like a natural evolution or a kind of flow to it,
Something.
right?
Yeah, I mean, even if he called it Twitter X, not just X, but Twitter X, and then changed the bird to some kind of like crazy looking blackbird trying to be like edgy and new, that would make more sense to me. It's just crazy. You know what other thing has an X logo? Yeah, I like that. Deuce X. Nice.
So, like, okay, so you know when we were talking about the pop-up restaurants for the Grand Theft Auto thing that they were having an issue with? Like,
Right.
what about, like, what if they tried to rebrand to, like, one of, you know, a game's knockoff version of Twitter that they talk about? Because, like, every game that tries to riff off of real life has fake brands and fake versions of stuff like this.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what in Grand Theft Auto, what do they call it? They call it Twitter, right? Like Twit?
Maybe just Twit, I don't know. And it's like,
something like that.
That's just a weird angle to think about. Like, not only can you now not, like, it'll reach a point where it's like you can't actually choose a lookalike name to rebrand yourself into. You almost have to go a completely different direction because all of the lookalikes have been taken by fake video game worlds. How about we call ourselves Twatter? Nope, can't do that. That's that's this sci-fi cyberpunk version of Twitter.
Right. I just can't believe it's the whole thing. I can't believe it's a top to bottom change. And instantly. No news, no update, no talk of it. It's just, I am the king and I say it is now X.
Hereforth I do decree.
At least the X branding is honest. Twitter hasn't felt like the chirping of a funny little bird for years. It's now the dystopian drone of a pain machine, a device built for torture, the home of liars, bullies, fantasies, a home of the digitally insane, an absolute X. Nice. Literally the most soulless relaunch ever. It's true.
X is a variable, so you know we can change and be whatever we need to be to serve today's customers.
I don't know what this picture is. I don't get this. Maybe there's something to it. I don't know. X box. Nice. One good thing about the X transition is that Twitter users will now be called X-Men.
Oh, that picture is from Neon Genesis Evangelion. That's like the end of all life, basically. It's a pretty dramatic.
Zuck after hearing the X news. Welcome to Y.com. Inspiration for the X logo. Last one, I promise. Nice. You maniacs. What is this? I don't know what this is either. Is this Atreyu? In is this where Falcor died? Oh, nice. Look at this. This logo would be great. Twitter X. That's what I was saying. Just rebrand to Twitter X instead of just X. That's a gorgeous logo. A little funky. So like a tiny bit of funk to it, but I'd take the funk over the black X. This might be a little too much detail for a logo, perhaps. But, I mean, I like this. This is okay.
Yeah, if they had made some kind of stylized bird into the X. Like, that's assuming Musk would actually have to pay, a graphic designer money.
Draw an X on
And
this
he's
piece
like-
of paper.
he's
Then
like,
we're done.
Whatever, I can just open up MS Paint and just bloop, bloop. There we go, that's our logo. I don't have to pay you shit.
We've had an emergency rebrand. That's funny. So, yeah, people who brands that have the Twitter bird in their brand, like how do you say it? Iconography. So now they have an X at the end instead of the bird in there. I wonder if they show like both of them. Nope. Yeah, they had to get rid of the bird. People still call our streaming service 40D, so good luck. I don't know what that means. Twitter will officially rebrand as X later today. People still call our streaming service 40D. Oh, okay, so they must have rebranded. Musk has said that the current minimalist Art Deco X logo will probably be changed for further refined in the future, and that tweets will soon be rebranded as X's.
So dumb.
It's so dumb. The questionable rebrand comes as Twitter faces increasing levels of competition. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Also, I don't have an article for it, but the police were called on Twitter headquarters. I think it was earlier today, because they were trying to take down the Twitter logo. And the city police got called because Elon Musk did not get a permit to have the scaffolding or the machine, the cherry picker machine, to come in and take the logo down. So for at least a portion of today, half of Twitter's name was still on the building and half of it had been taken off because there was no oversight on getting a work permit.
Because I'm Elon Musk and I do what I want.
I imagine he said do it, and they said we need a permit, and he's like, it'll take 10 minutes, you don't need a fucking permit. And then,
No, I have a
2
deal
hours
with the
later,
city.
yeah. Well, the city don't mind, they don't care. I'm Elon Musk. You know who the fuck I am?
I've got the mayor on speed dial.
Yeah. They wouldn't dare mess with X. I'm an X-Man. If we get a really nice picture of Elon Musk bald and inside of Cerebral, I'd be really happy. With like all of like a bunch of like the Cerebral space, instead of it being like an empty white void, it's just screens and it's people's like webcams.
God.
I'm just watching you all.
It's like he might as well rebrand his business and call it just Panopticon.
I think almost literally anything would be better than X.
Yeah.
To call tweets X's,
So
people are gonna leave for Threads because they're embarrassed to be on the new platform.
Absolutely.
It's like, I don't know. I don't like Zuckerberg. I'm trying to get away from Facebook, but would I rather set a thread or an X?
It's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. Like, if he had called it Z and he said, we're taking it easy now.
There's so many alternate realities where things play out more interesting.
And he's
just
like,
a little bit better.
I'm trying to get a place ready for the Gen Zers. And it's like, instead of sending tweets, you send Ziggies. Even though it sounds completely stupid and ridiculous, I still think it's a step up.
It's just like, okay, I get it. It's like, whatever.
There's at least a rhyme to it. There's a reason for it. There's something your brain can attach to. Some kind of logic. I mean, being on a website called, like, I'm going to get on X and send my exes some X's. Yo, dog, heard you liked X's.
Hey, I gotta X you a question.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Futurama does that joke. That's not a serious thing to say. And they're saying X, not even X. It's like, ay caramba.
You can have good threads, but you can't have good X's. I like that. That's it. That's truly it. It's no one wants to send an X. X already means something. Like, you can't, like, tweet wasn't something. Tweet was a not word. In fact, some people thought it was kind of weird and awkward to even say you were sending a tweet because it was there was an amount of awkwardness around it.
It's like, it's an onomatopoeia. It's the sound a bird makes, you know? It's like, you see, when you're talking to the birds, you go tweet, tweet. That's what you do. It's like, it's not something, it's not a verb like that.
And it was
it
was kind of fun to be a twit on Twitter, you know? Like, who are we as a community? We're twits.
Like, I'm gonna go take a shit and tweet.
I mean, I don't know. To me, it seems like if you have children around, cover their ears. It sounds like Elon Musk is hate fucking this platform now. Like,
at this point,
like, he is sick of his shitty ideas not working, and he knows the company is going to tank. He sees that it's going to, like, the end. He is way more interested in AI than he is in doing anything with Twitter. So I think he's pivoting to anything he can get his hands on that's AI. And what IP can he migrate the most possible users from this sinking ship onto a non-yet built ship? Like, this ship's going to the bottom of the ocean, and your only option is to swim to shore or get on this half-made ship. And I think he's just betting, or what do you call that? Hedging his bets that enough people will get on this half-built AI barge that he can kind of jumpstart a completely different business. That's like actual factual where I think this is going.
Like, some kind of weird bait and switch.
And yeah, and I think he is absolutely hate fucking Twitter. He's like, because now he has a narrative. Thanks to Mark, he has a narrative now. Now he can say, you know, I was trying to save this ship, but Mark cheated and stole my people and my IP, and I was wronged, and it's not my fault this happened.
All the wambulance.
It's like that meme of the guy riding the bicycle, and then the stick is the X brand, and he shoves it in his spokes, and he's holding his knee going, Mark, what have you done? That's the meme.
I knew the moment you said it's a meme, my brain immediately knew which one you were going for too. Like, yep.
So yeah, I mean, I'm a believer that this is just Elon Musk hate fucking his company. I think he feels like the community has wronged him and that they've not given him a chance and they've not allowed him to be successful. I think he actually believes that in his mind. And now this is like him laying the dead body to rest, laying the bird to rest, letting it die, letting Threads take over, and moving on to something else. And this lets him maintain some value of the some people who remain. Better than starting from scratch. If he started his new venture from absolute scratch, from absolute zero, technically it would be less successful off the rip. So you heard it you heard it here first, folks. That's my assumption. That's what I believe. And I think that's what it is. What's next?
Controllers!
I was gonna say, you got anything else you want to say about Elon Musk or Twitter?
We beat him.
I feel good about it, actually. I thought that segment was going to be painful. It's not. I've been reading all of this, and I've been purposely not talking about any of it for like over a year, even in like little social circles. So it kind of felt good to get it all out, you know? And now you, the viewers, know where I stand. I am, I'm pro X, and I think that, I think it's better for Twitter to be dead than for it to continue. Like someone put this thing out of its misery. I don't use Twitter, and I don't care about Twitter, so I'm probably not the person to make that judgment.
Take Bobby Blue Jay out to the back shed and, do what needs to be done.
Elon, tell me about the birds. Of mice and men. What a wonderful comparison. Let me ask you, for those of you who are watching on YouTube right now, do I sound like I'm coming in clear? I'm looking at my audio levels, and I'm wondering if I'm coming in quiet. I've got my microphone set up a little differently, so I wasn't sure. I'm not really talking directly into the microphone. I'm trying to, because you could hear my breathing and stuff before. Let me know as we move on. I'm gonna share my screen. Do you want the shared screen, or do you want the surprise like everybody else?
Well, surprise! I'll take surprise. I like surprises.
Well, I guess if I share the screen, I was thinking you could look through the tabs. I'm an idiot.
Oh,
of course you can't look through the tabs. Now it's better if you see the live, because then you don't have to wait, and you're not like behind my words, right?
that's true.
Listen to me just like buffoon my way around here. My buffoolery.
Ooh boy.
Sage is super loud compared to your voice.
I can.
No, don't worry about changing yours. I'm pretty sure that I just have my. I think I killed my gain. I'm not sure. I feel like I did something. Because I've been trying to kind of. You know what? That'll be better. Yep. So yeah, you guys in chat just kind of keep me on. Keep me, Let me know. We should be at least on the same level ish. I'm just trying to make it so you guys can't hear like my breathing and my snuffing and all that stuff. I'm looking at the audio levels. It does look like my audio level is pretty low, but when I look at the microphone, it goes up. I don't know. Sound a lot better now? Okay. Just let me know if I'm too loud now, because I might have overcompensated, as I tend to do. Controllers. You ready, Sage? This seems like something you'd be really interested in.
Yeah, very interested.
So this is Today News, July 24th at 10 o'clock this morning. This is the PlayStation handheld leak suggests Project Q runs on Android. Wonderful. Since its first announced during the May PlayStation Showcase, Sony has kept details on its handheld streaming service, Project Q, tightly under wraps. Thanks to a recent leak, it looks like information on the operating system has leaked, and it looks like a basic version of Android is currently being used. This is likely still a work in progress operating system, which will probably be upgraded to be more in line with the standard PlayStation 5 console experience. In a video posted by Zuby Tech on Twitter, on X, you idiot. This is 10 a.m. It's X now. Fucking A, Darian. Get with it. Footage of Project X's Android operating system shows off the system's menu interface. The user in this video also provides a quick look at the rest of the handheld, and in a separate tweet by Zubitech, the internals of this device can be seen. So spoilers, I mean, I don't know if any of you got, like, issues with tech spoilers, but tech spoilers here. I don't think I like it. My immediate reaction is I hate this. It's so big. Right? Isn't that too big? It seems too big. Oh, it's one piece. I thought it was like the Switch with like handles attached to something.
No, it's like the Switch Lite.
Hold on. Let's get a better look at this. So it's touchscreen, but you'd really have to stretch your fingers out, right? That does not look comfortable. I should reserve judgment. I mean, I haven't seen him really do anything with it. Yeah, it's like a Switch with no nunchucks.
So if you get thumbstick drift, guess you gotta buy a whole new handheld.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I'm like, you can't replace these controllers. Yeah, you get the what'd you call it, joystick drift? If you get a sticky button, if your screen gets cracked, you can't salvage the controls. Oh boy. There's the innards. I mean, not really. So it's almost like interesting.
Well, that's with the screen removed?
Yeah, it looks like a tablet. It's literally just a tablet with controls.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just a tablet. That's it. It's just a tablet. And you got some inputs. There's probably something on the back that reads those, but... Huh. I mean, it seems to me like it's just a tablet. Remotely play games installed on the PS5 via Wi-Fi. Okay, so you can walk around and play this. So the PS5 is actually what's generating the graphics, and it's just sending an image.
Yeah, it's not doing any local processing.
That's what I was wondering, because it looked like there was no room for any guts in here, but it doesn't need guts if that's the case.
That's boring.
Yeah, an 8-inch LCD, 1080p, 60 frames, haptic feedback, adaptive triggers.
So if it's any more than the cost of like a generic mid-range tablet and a PlayStation 5 controller combined, it's just not worth. Like it's just not going to be worth it.
Not much else is known about Project Q right now, but shortly after it was first revealed, Games Awards host Geoff Kingley posted some information on the device. According to Kingley, but not verified by Sony yet, Project Q has an 8-inch 180p HD LCD screen with a 60 hertz refresh rate, 3 to 4 hours of battery life from a full charge, and a DualSense inspired design that has light piping vertically across each grip. No one gives a shit.
This is a nothing burger.
Yeah. It was interesting to see the video. I mean, but also disappointing to see the video. Yeah, it's a tablet with some controllers attached to it that Wi-Fi is to your... I mean, even in this screen, it looks like a tablet, right? Those are normal tablet. Oh, that's what they were saying about
Android.
It being Android. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's really just some shit. So the assumption is what they could have done is they could have sold some PlayStation style controllers that have basically no back. There'd be like an empty bar here, and it would adjust for length. And the controllers would then attach, there'd be one attachment point that they would attach to any tablet, and you could put any tablet in here. And then your PS5 would just have an app on it that you logged into via your internet connection or through Wi-Fi on your tablet. So it could just be 2 controllers, an adjustable backing, 1 plugin, and an app. do the same thing. And you could use a tablet you already own. I mean, that's what it seems to me.
Yeah, no, this is going to be like a fart in the wind. Like everyone will complain about it for a few days and then just forget it exists. Unless it's priced very competitively, which I doubt. It's just gonna like, hey, this is a thing, and like, oh, cool, whatever.
Let me see. It's a shitty tablet, generic, that you can't use for anything else. They're gonna lock out all access to normal.
Oh yeah, you better
function.
believe it.
It's gonna basically only do one thing. I'm guessing $250. They're like, well, pro controller's like $100, so we got and a tablet's like $150. So at $250, that's a steal, right?
Oh, like.
Oh. All right. Microsoft creates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles themed pizza scented Xbox controllers. You heard that here, folks. Pizza scented controllers. Microsoft has created a set of 4 pizza-scented Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles themed Xbox controllers to celebrate the premiere of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which I don't really care for how like kiddie they made them, but I adore the animation. Absolutely adore that like Into the Spider-Verse style,
yeah,
like hand-drawn animation.
Hand-drawn, comic booky.
So good. So good. I want all of my cartoons involving like superheroes and comic book characters of any kind to be done that way. Announced on the Xbox Wire, the Ooze Green controllers come with a built-in scent diffuser. It's a scent diffuser shaped like a slice of pizza perched behind the gamepad. There are 4 different designs to accommodate the 4 different turtles, but only one flavor of pizza scented on offer. Fans of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or gross controllers can enter a competition to win. Why does it say that? Or gross controllers? Fans of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or gross controllers. I mean, I agree. Can enter the competition to win a limited number of the gamepads by following the Xbox Game Pass, not Twitter. When was this posted? July 24th at 10 a.m. You fucking idiot, Ryan. It's not Twitter anymore. What an idiot. And retweeting the sweepstakes tweet by August 13th. Win the world's first pizza-scented, probably the world's first, world's only ever, pizza-scented Xbox controllers. Satisfy your hunger for kicking butt with the world's first ever pizza-scented controller. I don't want to say pizza-scented controller anymore.
It's like, honestly, I wasn't sure what was worse, because my first... like what I first imagined was actually like, you know how they have like scented markers and stuff. I'm like thinking, oh man, you get your sweaty hands on it, and it like your hand sweat mixes with the controller itself.
It is
like
better
has
than
some
that.
sort of powder or coating. It's like it is at least a little better than that. Like it's removable, right? Like you can just not use the pizza scent attachment thing. I'm like, okay,
it's a Febreze.
Like the design of the controller, like I'm fine with. Like
does it just spray you in the face?
Oh my god!
You're sitting there playing, and it's just like, and you're like, ah, fuck.
That's something you're gonna buy as a collector to leave in its box and try and sell on Pawn Stars in like 30 years or whatever is out there. That's
all I can imagine is they're gonna have to make this refillable, right? There's gonna somewhere out there are going to be pizza set refills for your Febreze branded pizza Xbox controller, and somebody is going to take like the fart spray and dump that in there, and someone's gonna be fucking playing.
Oh my god!
And just get spritzed with fart.
What if people started took the internals out and just like 3D printed other types of stuff to shove it into? So like they could do like a skunk tail or something like that.
So if any of our viewers would like to have a chance at getting one of these, you know, you just gotta retweet this. I think.
Re-exit.
And you gotta
Rexit.
You gotta re-exit. Yeah, re-exit. See, look at these. These assholes got me saying it. Of course, this still says tweet up here. So maybe you send tweets on X? I'm not sure. Oh, I'm gonna read this one more time. I'm not gonna read it one more time. All right. Designed to deliver the smell of the turtle's beloved meal to your game time, these exclusive Xbox wireless controllers come with a built-in scent diffuser shaped like a slice of delicious New York pizza.
You just partner with Pizza Hut or Domino's or something, and why can't it just be a traditional like sweepstakesy thing? Like could win these controllers.
If it was Pizza Hut, these would be made out of paper mache, and they'd only give away 1.5 of them.
Still.
The controller comes in 4 variations, each representing the signature colors, weapons, and personalities of a turtle brother: Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. Xbox loves to get weird with its controllers, and we know this to be true because this was the inspiration for the segment. Because I was like, I saw this and the next thing we're going to talk about, and I'm like, let's just dive in. Let's dive into the world of controllers because it's very, very, very interesting, I think. Both official and unofficial. We're gonna hit up both. And guys, I don't know why I am so insanely white and washed out right now. Every time I look over, I'm like, I am not that pale in real life. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's kind of throwing me off. So, Barbie-themed Xbox and controllers are too good to not sell. I don't know what that means. This is Kotaku, right? Yeah, Kotaku. Kotaku's kind of funky. They're kind of fun, though. So this was back in June 26. I'm not going to read this. The new Barbie-themed Xbox console and controllers aren't for sale. On Monday, Xbox showed off a new Barbie-themed Xbox Series X console that is hot pink and features the Barbie movie logo slapped on the front. Honestly, Microsoft should just release versions of Xbox Series X and S in that color without the logo, but sadly, this one-of-a-kind Xbox will only be provided to one person via a special giveaway. Xbox also revealed a rad-looking controller with 4 additional face plates based on Barbie and Ken's outfits from the film, and extremely annoyed that these designs are only faceplates and will only be available via the previously mentioned giveaway. So it's just some interesting things. Forza Horizon got some Barbie themed stuff. I'm imagining these must be cars that were used in the movie. Hey, Sage, if you want to see something crazy, you should look up what the marketing budget for the Barbie movie was. Just,
all right.
Be prepared to absolutely violate your underpants as you shit yourself inside out. Sorry, too graphic. Too graphic.
It was more than the budget used to produce the movie?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How fucked is that? It was what, 20 million? I can't remember what the number was.
It's saying it spent 150 million on marketing and the movie took 145 million.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm a dummy. Yeah, no. So, that was brought to my attention earlier today. I was listening to another podcast, and the whole podcast was about the Barbie movie, and they said that the marketing budget for the movie cost more than the movie.
Like, why? The marketing is basically built into the name, unless they actually like unless they had to pay Hasbro that much money. It is Hasbro that owns Barbie, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
I think they I don't know. I think basically the idea was that the Barbie brand has suffered a lot, has just kind of been slowly on the out. So I think the idea was this is supposed to like pump juice into the brand.
Okay,
They're juicing the Barbie brand.
Mattel owns Barbie.
Yeah, 150 million to produce the movie, 150 million to basically to advertise the movie. Is that not I've never heard of anything like that before, ever. Is that the largest marketing budget that there's ever been? If it were, it wouldn't surprise me. There could not be more than like 2 other movies that have that kind of marketing budget. I just don't know why you would need that big of a marketing budget. I'm trying to think of a movie that would need more than that. I worked at Meijer for a little while, so I saw Barbie so frequently. I think I didn't realize it was so far on the way out because I was surrounded by it too much. Are you looking up stuff, Sage?
Yeah, a couple things. Let's see. But it's not really talking about like just the marketing separately. And some of it's talking about like a global marketing too, which throws math off a little bit. Sony's Bullet Train was 75 million plus.
Sony's Bullet Train was 75 million for marketing?
That's what it says, their global marketing budget.
Okay, interesting.
And the Elvis movie, nope. I don't think it's giving hard numbers though. It's like these are estimating what their marketing will be.
I gotta say, I like the car. I mean, the style, I should say. I don't think I would want it in pink and white, but it's I can't remember what car this reminds me of. If you gave this to me in navy blue with like maybe some gunmetal or something in the white spots, maybe a gray.
Just, make it not Barbie.
If you took this car and you deep branded it, excuse me.
Yeah, this is a good list, but it's all just like production budget and then domestic gross. Nothing that breaks out the marketing portion of it.
No worries, we'll move on. I just wanted to hear your reaction to the sheer amount.
That is nuts.
So we're going to talk about the top 10. Excuse me. Let me center myself a bit. The top 10 best limited edition controllers of all time. Thought this would be kind of cool to go on a little nostalgia trip here. The Super Smash Bros. Switch Pro controller. I have never seen this before. And I think it looks pretty mid.
All right, one more thing real quick, just as a comparison. The estimated amount of budget for marketing for the Super Mario Brothers movie was only 80 million.
There.
Just as a contemporary kind of comparison. That's that's some shit.
That's insane. Right. Yeah, nearly double.
All right, moving on.
There aren't many limited edition controllers for the Switch, so this one basically wins for its console by default. The Super Smash Bros. Logo looks great blown up as a backdrop across the right side of the controller, and fitting the Switch logo in its negative space is slick. The soft gray looks nice with the matte black plastic, and while the white handles look a little awkward, it wins points for boldness. I don't like it. Do you like it?
I'm ambivalent. It's like, okay, it's fine. It doesn't doesn't scream at me like that. I'm like, ooh, I'm a huge fanboy of Smash. I must have it. It must be mine.
I feel
That's
like
all right.
I feel like it'd look better if this was not transparent or partially transparent, black. I think it'd look better as a solid something.
I feel like transparencies on like hardware should go like almost all the way or not at all.
Yes, I agree. I agree to that. The Monster Hunter World PS4 controller, and right off the rip, I think this looks sexy. This is a sexy controller. That shade of red, and I like that it's not consistent. There's like a bit of gradient, possibly just the light, but to me it looks like there's a gradient. Black, red, gold, always a good combination of colors.
The only thing that would make that better for me, which it is pretty slick, is if they had like a scale texture kind of going across most of it in design.
Okay, yeah, maybe like they leave this kind of Rathalos stuff and the symbol there, and then like maybe on this side they scaled out the side of it. Maybe that, because I'm not huge on using the same imagery like doubled over and mirrored. Not huge on that. If you're gonna make a unique art piece, you might as well make the whole thing a unique art piece. Yeah, I think you're right. I think scales over here would really improve the look of it. It's too bad they don't have multiple pictures for these. We could look them up, but I imagine all the artwork's probably in the front. The Gears of War 4 Xbox One controller. I saw a lot of these. Black and red edginess fit for Gears of War. The series has assault rifles with chainsaw bayonets and hulking dude bros. It does have hulking dude bros. Used to rend enemies in half, this controller goes all in, looking bathed in blood and muting the buttons in black atop the scratch decal. What I like is I like that they went and made this like a metallic red on the D-pad. Let me see. Oh, I can click on them. Yeah, there we go. Oh, they actually turn the X, Y, B, and A into scratch marks as well, with the scratches behind it.
Oh, that's good detail.
I like that. The one that I saw in person, it doesn't show on this very much, but the D-pad is a very shiny red. But it has like the tarnish on it, so it looks like slightly rusted. This doesn't do it justice here, but it's a really cool effect. I'm a fan. What do you think, Sage? Yay or nay?
Yeah, it's I like the more like subtle attention to detail type stuff, the better.
Yeah. And there's no mirroring. It's one whole image, one whole idea. And changing the buttons, that's a whole production line change. That's a big change. I appreciates that. The Wind Waker Wii U gamepad. I never saw one of these in the wild.
Have you ever seen a Wii U in the wild?
I owned a Wii U.
I wanted one.
Man, I tell you what, that thing was way better than people give it praise for.
Honestly, yes.
I did not have a Wii,
I feel like the Wii U was like too ahead of its time or something. I don't know.
I think the idea and the design was good. They just needed screens and like Bluetooth to get a little better. Because I felt like it had some like lag issues and it had some like tech capacity issues. But it was weird because when I got the Wii U, no shit, I got the console. Obviously, this came with it. I legit thought I was buying a Wii and that this thing was just some extra thing that came with it.
Oh, like a controller, like a special controller?
Yeah, I thought it was like some kind of like, upgraded thing. Like you have your N64 and then your N64 that comes with the expansion pack. So it can play a greater diversity of games. That's all I thought this was. So imagine my surprise.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption. Oh, compare that. Bring up in another tab real quick. Just bring up the Tears of the Kingdom Special Edition Switch design. Just as a kind of comparison.
Just trying to remember if that's actually in this lineup.
Oh yeah, I mean if it's, it might be.
What was it? Tears of the Kingdom controller?
Yeah, the special edition Switch,
Oh,
or its design.
Tears of the Kingdom special edition Switch. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, very sexy. Yep. Our viewers aren't allowed to see because I'm looking at it. It keeps it all for myself. I was looking for a better picture. What do you think? That's a good picture?
Yeah, that gets the point across.
We will open image in a new tab. So, I don't know. I think that is really, really nice. Like, this is cool. Very cool, for sure. But that detail they put on there, the white on the gold. I had forgotten about that. I saw that in the store and I was very tempted. I'm like, I don't need an additional Switch, but I'm trying really hard to think of a reason why I could. I guess I could always buy a decal. How do you think you say this word? Asnable?
Asnable? Yeah, I would say asnable, I guess.
The Char Aznable GameCube controller. I have never seen this. Until I brought this list up, I've never seen anything like this before. I don't think I've ever seen a controller this color before. It doesn't look like it has any special details. One of the most coveted GameCube controllers and an apple in the eye of Super Smash Bros. Melee players everywhere, the Char Aznable GameCube controller wins in simplicity. All it truly boasts is a fresh coat of paint and an emblem in the center. This one came with a similarly themed console, as well as separate Wavebird model for those who preferred wireless controllers. Its design doesn't give anything more than it needs to. This was more than enough to make it a trophy for collectors. Now I want to see the console. Okay, nice. So that's the whole package. For $875, it could be yours. I thought it had something to do with Charmander, but I don't think it does. This is
is it Fire Emblem?
Chars.
Maybe? I don't know.
I keep seeing pictures of Gundam. Does it have something to do with Gundam?
I thought it had something to do with Smash Brothers.
Finally got a Gundam Game Boy Advance SP to match my Gundam GameCube.
Oh, maybe it is Gundam then.
I've never played a Gundam game for GameCube. That is super interesting.
Oh, yeah, it's a character. Char Aznable is a character. Okay, from which one? MSK008?
I mean,
let's see.
Cool. I truly thought it had something to do with Charmander. I don't know why I thought that. Now that I look at this symbol, what is that? It's a symbol of... I don't even know what.
I don't even know. Something Gundam related, apparently.
Pretty cool, though.
One of the main characters from Universal Century.
I could definitely see...
Mobile Suit Gundam.
I could definitely see why that would be... why that would be super rare. Because that would be a very limited run thing.
It may have even just been like pretty much only in Japan even.
The Legend of Zelda Wii Remote. That's clean. That's clean as fuck.
It didn't have a whole lot of room to work with, so...
No, no. I think the minimalistic design was a good choice. By far the nicest Wii Remote out there, released as part of the bundle of the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Oh, gross. This controller was part of Nintendo's 25th anniversary celebration package for the series that included the game, a CD of the anniversary concert, and this gorgeous controller. By the way, guys, if you have never heard the 20th anniversary, the Legend of Zelda 20th anniversary orchestra, which was a concert, do yourself a favor and look that up on YouTube someday. It's amazing. They did just these massive reimagined, fully orchestrated versions of all of like the big games, songs. Super good.
I don't think I've ever heard any of the like video game orchestra things that they've released over the years that have been bad. Like they have all been, the Final Fantasy ones have been fantastic. The Sonic the Hedgehog ones have been fantastic. The Zelda ones I've heard have been fantastic. I haven't heard like any of them that I'm like,
yeah.
Like,
It's hard to. Yeah, it's hard to because they really crank it up. Really crank it up. Tales of Xillia, the 2? Am I pronouncing that right? Is it Ilia or Xillia?
That's Xillia, yeah, yep.
Okay. What is Tales of Xillia?
Well, the Tales of franchise is massive, so I couldn't tell you specifically what that one's about, but they're all like RPGs and stuff.
Some animu stuff.
Anime-esque RPGs.
Okay, gotta be careful looking at animu stuff. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but the controller looks neat. I mean, kind of mid to me, but maybe the symbolism is more important to people who are fans. What I will say is that I, again, appreciate that it's not mirrored one side to the other, that it's a full image across the remote. If any of you guys are fans in the chat, let me know. Let me know if this does it justice, but to me, it's, I don't know. Doesn't mean any, it doesn't look like anything to me. Number 3, the Beatles Rock Band guitar. That is pretty slick, actually. Not bad for a Rock Band guitar. Not bad at all. In the late 2000s, Guitar Hero and Rock Band games were everywhere. Their peak is best exemplified by the release of the Beatles Rock Band. The series reached such a lofty height that it got a Beatles tie-in. Technically, this wasn't limited edition, but the instruments are so hard to find today that they might as well be. That's true. Plus, people beat the shit out of theirs.
Yeah, they got some abuse, that's for sure.
Out of all the plastic instruments, this recreation of Paul McCartney. Oh my goodness, Paul McCartney.
You got it.
McCartney.
Yeah.
Iconic Hofner bass is the best. Playing those melodic bass lines that Paul is famous for across Beatles tunes doesn't feel right without this in your hand. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Really nice looking. I always appreciated the guitars that put the colors on the outside of the buttons instead of on the top of them. Lunar White Xbox One controller. This does not wow me.
It's just, it's like, okay, it's got a bit of gold on it now.
I am not particularly impressed by this controller. Beauty and grace, this is one of the best looking white controllers of all time. Okay, sure. As far as bleach white controllers, this is the bleachiest and whitest of the controllers.
Just wait till you touch it with your Cheeto fingers.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, of course. Yeah, number 1, the 500 million PS4 controller. Sony released this bad boy to celebrate 500 million total PS4 system sales. Its dusky plastic harkens back to the translucent plastic of the early 2000 PS2 controller. Like the best limited edition controllers, what sets this apart are the details. The usual face buttons were traded out for a baby blue coloring, while the options, share, and home buttons have a gorgeous copper coloring. Let me, I remember, what do they call it? There was a whole bundle. It wasn't just the controller. Bundle? Yeah. It's in stock, guys. Get yours today. Is it really in stock? Yeah, for $800, you can snag one on Amazon. Nice. We will open this image in a new window and check it out. Not the best picture, guys, but any of you watching, I mean, it was cool because it had all this blue. It was almost like scrapey blue. At least it's transparent, but because they made it so dark, when you looked at it, it's like you couldn't tell if it was transparent or if it just had like a really cool design, like blue highlights and stuff. And then the copper, going with the copper instead of the gold, I think was a genius
nice
idea.
touch. Yeah, that actually looks really nice. That's the part that drew my eyes, was the color of that. I was gonna be like, is that rose gold or copper? But yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, gorgeous. I agree. I think of all the limited, I'm not even a PlayStation fan, but I think of all of the, I'm trying to think of all the official release limited edition stuff that I've seen in consoles ever. I think this might be the best looking combo. Trying to think. I don't know. The C3PO Xbox 360 was pretty cool. But yeah, there you have it. Huzzah. Now we're going to get into... This says most embarrassing custom game controllers. I don't know if I'd call it embarrassing. Some of them are, man. I don't know. Embarrassing seems like a strong word to me. However, if I went over to your house and this is the controller you're using, I would in fact be embarrassed for you. Yes. And I'd feel bad for your hands. Could you imagine playing like Mario Party with this, where you gotta like spin the palm of your hand in circles?
But for the swag, you will suffer.
I'll suffer for the swag. Hopefully you don't forget what any of these are, because they don't have any discernible markings on them. Actually, there's no words anywhere.
Peasant, you think I will be handling this controller? No, you face my butler.
Initial thoughts, Sage, go.
Oh, it's upside down.
Well, it had to be for the ears. It had to be.
Oh, that looks like self-done. You know,
it is
like,
self-done.
Okay, so you know, I'd be more forgiving. Yeah. If it's like custom self-done, like if like a parent did it for their kid, you know, I'm like, okay,
possibly a commission. I don't know.
That's cute, I guess. I get the sentiment.
It's fucking disgusting. And whoever made this should be ashamed of themselves.
I'm trying to be nice.
Not me. This is fucked up. You didn't even put enough paint on it to cover up the logo. It's bleeding through.
It just makes me think of a Ditto too. Like that's not a Pikachu. That's a Ditto pretending to be a Pikachu, pretending to be a controller.
Put it back. It's not done yet.
Put a blanket over it.
I'm not going to read these. Here you go. So awful.
That's not for use. That's a display piece. Like, I get it.
I am assuming the vast majority of these are display pieces, art pieces, just people having fun. So I'm gonna shit all over them, but I do recognize that. This one, can you guess what my issue with this controller is? So I have an issue right off the bat.
I don't know. Does that make you cringe, like when you're pushing on the eyes? Like how uncomfortable it would be to hold?
It's that the eyes are pretty.
Oh, okay. Like if they were more bloodshot and...
It's almost like with a horror anything, you expect them to be extremely unsettling, but the longer you stare at an individual eye, the less unsettling it gets, which somehow unsettles me more.
Yeah, it's like Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, it's like if I played it's like if you played a video game and this like big monster, this big flesh monster was there, but it had like gorgeous eyes all over it.
Oh, it's like looking at what is it, Junji Ito's like horror art, because like his style and the art itself is gorgeous to look at, but like what it's depicting is fucked.
I'll get this off your guys' screens. Gaming will be easier when you've got the Avengers to back you up.
No, that's cute. I like it, actually.
This one's titled is awesome.
Okay. I didn't notice that.
How do you feel about your controller always looking at you? Yeah, that would be. It would be a little weird to
cameras in it anyway.
to like look down and just see it looking at you. Yeah, this is neat. This is obviously hand drawn. So, I mean, just an awesome piece of artwork. You wouldn't want to hold this.
And it kind of makes me think of Calvin and Hobbes too a little bit,
Mhm.
just in the proportions and stuff. It's adorable. I love it.
This is like an Etsy purchase for someone that you care about greatly. By the way, any of you who are thinking about getting gifts for people, I think this sort of thing is like a gamer who likes to do their console gaming. You get a gamer something like this, obviously personalized for their tastes. It's something they will never forget, ever. It's like the perfect gift for a lot of people. But I think a gift no one really thinks of. That and like there's some people on Etsy that make custom headphones as well. Like do some really cool art stuff with them. I've seen some really awesome keyboards, but the keyboards get quite expensive. A custom keyboard is insane.
Yeah, they are. Woo.
Here's warning, another nasty one. It's so fucked. It's just got a pair of dentures in the middle. Oh, big old bug eyes. I don't like this one. This one makes me uncomfortable. I'm gonna move on. Controller? What controller? See, this one's marked as embarrassing.
I don't know. It's compared to some of the other embarrassing ones so far. I mean, it's kind of boring, but there's nothing wrong with camos. I don't think there is, unless
the only thing I find a little odd about it is if you look at this shape right here, and then there's another one right here.
It's like a controller shape.
And then there's one right here.
There.
And this looks like an Xbox controller.
I guess.
So it's like, is this a PlayStation controller and they hid two Xbox controllers on it? Because it very much so, like, it looks intentional. Like this one and this one are like mirrors of each other. Was this dipped, perhaps? I don't know. All we know is it's not official. And I think it's a good-looking controller, personally.
It's yeah, especially since Sony doesn't make their own camo controllers. I don't think. I'm pretty sure. I know there's some Xbox ones, but I don't think Sony makes any official camo controllers. So like, without anything to compare it to, I'm like, yeah, it's okay.
I imagine
now if they spent like $300 on it or something, I'd be like, whoa, that's a little.
That's true. That's true.
But
if someone's like I'm trying to think, what's it called? Not Splinter Cell. I guess Splinter Cell would work. What's the other one? You hide in boxes.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid.
If you're like a big Metal Gear Solid player, Splinter Cell player, Call of Duty player, and those were like your go-tos, and someone got you this, I imagine you'd be happy.
Imagine Snake. I hide in a box one time, and no one ever lets it go. One game I did that.
Nice Iron Man. And they even got a little bit of they changed the LED there, and they did in the thumbsticks to make them look like the reactors. I kind of wish we had another view of this one. We don't. But this one's also from Etsy. And let's see. Yeah, all the verbiage on here sucks, so I'm not gonna read it. But pretty cool. Pretty cool for a custom job.
It's shiny. It's screaming at me.
It's in pain. This controller is in pain. And that they swapped out the two buttons with its two eyes that have been like forced over to the side of its face.
That's too much.
It is.
They could have stopped it, making it pink with the ears and the swirl, and like that could have been it. And I'd be like, yeah, no, actually, this is pretty badass. For if you're a fan of Jigglypuff, hell yeah. But the eyes kill it.
The
for
eyes
me.
kill it.
And what is the red thing in the middle supposed to be? Like,
I think it's a screaming mouth. I legit think you are correct in that. Because it's got that little bump up right here.
like it's gotta be. That's yeah.
I think someone was like, I'm going to make an adorable controller. And then after they got the eyes on there and they were like, no. And then they put the screaming mouth on it. They're like, nah, this thing's in pain for sure.
They know what they did.
Oh, man, that
was so close.
Kudos to them for these custom pieces, though.
Yeah. Those were, like I said, those were great. If it had been just those and pink, like, double thumbs up.
Get rid of the eyeballs, get rid of the screaming mouth, and you got,
solid.
It just needs to not have a face. Call of Duty is awesome. I will say, I think the sticker in the middle is a little much. I think the infantry sticker also a little much. The bullet casings in place of buttons and the star and the general kind of look of the rest of it, I like a lot. Yeah,
I would not classify that as embarrassing unless you had like a whole set to go with it. I'm like, okay, you might be a little obsessed.
Even like the bullet holes and the damage.
It looks well done.
Looks good. I think
like,
it's a little too green,
wise.
maybe, but maybe a little too bright green. I don't know.
Like,
I think they probably should have started with more of a camo and then done the destruction to it. Because this is like bright white on bright green, and bright on bright always kind of doesn't hit.
And the lighting, they've got a pretty good bright light over it too.
That is true. That is very
might
true.
Be throwing it off a little.
The
I don't know.
Weird pixelated infantry sticker is the worst part of the whole thing for me. There's something about it that doesn't look right. But I the bullet casing is my favorite part. That is cool.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's a good idea. That's clever. I wouldn't call that embarrassing.
That's why I said, like, I think the word embarrassing is too much. I wouldn't say it's embarrassing. This is a good version 1.0. This is also an Etsy sale, so someone might have like commissioned it to be this way.
And I'd say they know what they're doing. They have talent, so definitely.
Awesome. If the RCPD needed an official controller, what is that? Raccoon
Raccoon City Police Department.
Also using bullet casings for buttons.
Could be the same commissioner or the same Etsy.
Someone figured out that there's a bullet casing out there that is the perfect size. And they're like, how many different ways can I use this? What I imagine is what I would like to see is a Jurassic Park themed one with a little blood splatter on it, and then also the bullet casings, or like, also with the bullet casings on it. I think that'd be cool. I'm not a fan of this one. Not really. I think it's the white. I think the bleachy white just doesn't do it for me.
The stars emblem. I'm like, that's a little much.
If you made this into like a horror Paw Patrol controller, I think I'd like it more.
Just for creative, like, all right.
Change this with the Paw Patrol icon, and then don't say anything else. Oh, and what's interesting to me is this one they called awesome, and this one they called embarrassing, but I actually like this one more. So whatever that's worth.
You're wrong. So there.
I am. Something about this alien controller is just unsettling. Yeah, this is I think this is someone who had an alien's toy and tried to infuse it into their controller.
I don't think I'd want to use it as a controller, but I think it's okay as if you were to just treat it as like like an art piece on its own, like a separate art piece. Infusing it, I'm like, oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I wouldn't call that embarrassing either.
not me neither. The only thing I really don't like about it is these images on the controller part. It just seems like something was kind of slapped in there. To me, it takes away from a bit. What I really like is the gouges. You can see that the gouges have ridges. So this is actually like someone took like a knife or something and actually cut into this and then highlighted it when they painted it. And that's cool. Doing the damage and then doing the highlights. This is the same thing you do with like a Warhammer miniature. You do the damage to the armor and then you'd fill it with something lighter. We all know that when you cut into an alien, it's like that green acidic. It's acid, right? It's like a green acid inside the alien. So I like that.
Yeah.
But if they had gotten rid of this stuff on the controller part, it would sell me that this whole controller is the alien. But I like it. I'd be proud of myself if I made this. Definitely not embarrassed by it. So there's a lot going on in this controller. Why is this one embarrassing? Oh, yeah, never mind. This image is stretched a bit.
Yeah. Like pink butterflies. I'm like, okay, if you're into those.
If you're into it, yeah. I mean, it is the same butterfly 3 times over, and they've been like stretched and stuff. Apparently, this one is on Amazon. So, if you need this in your life, Amazon apparently has it. So, I have no more words for this. I will say I do like pink on black. I think pink on black is good. So there's that. You good on this one, Sage?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fallout controller. Come on. I think that looks great.
Yeah. That's like...
I mean... Go ahead.
My only thing to say is, like, it does look a little too dirty for me to want to use it. Like, I do look at it and I'm like, ugh, which is super fitting.
Right.
Like, it's super fitting. It fits. I just don't want to put my hands on it.
Right. The only thing I don't like about it is how clean the Vault-Tec screen is. Because obviously this is trying to show that it's part of the Vault-Tec, like, wrist. Help me out here. The
Pip-Boy.
Yeah. So it's supposed to look like the Pip-Boy. If your Pip-Boy looked like this, dirty, that screen would look fucked. So I think if they had put, like, maybe a crack on this...
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, if they had cracked it, you know, I don't know, you don't really want to crack your screens, you know, intentionally, but I mean, it for the aesthetic at least.
Even if it was just like a transparent decal that just...
Oh, you could, yeah, that makes sense. You could get a decal for it.
Something. But, I mean, overall, this is, out of everything we've seen so far, this is probably my favorite. Between this one and the Avengers one. But because that one was adorable.
For different reasons, yeah.
Cool controller, though. The bedazzled controller. Bedazzled as fuck. I will say, this looks like it took a long time. This looks like it, because these are not like, these do not look poured on here. If you look at the spiral on this looks like every one of those were placed individually. You see what I'm seeing?
Yeah. Like
they are lined up.
They painstakingly, like with tweezers or something, like.
And they probably did do. I mean, you'd have to start in the center, right? Or no, you'd start on the outside. Yeah, I guess you'd have to start on the outside.
Yep, just work inwards.
And then if you got to the middle and there wasn't enough room, you'd have to start breaking them to make it fit. Maybe use like a Dremel or something. That's what I will say about this controller. I think this controller is ridiculous. But whoever did this put a lot of fucking work into it.
They have the gift of patience.
And this picture's taken from DeviantArt, so I mean, this wasn't even for sale. Someone did this, maybe even a gift.
They were bored.
According to Matthew Walker, whose stepdad made this piece, the base is solid gold. Every single shimmering gem on the top half is a diamond, and the joysticks are rubies. It was a custom creation for a singer that apparently has more money than taste. This is a prime example of the fact that just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. I'd take that with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? But pretty cool. I imagine if it was, it would. I don't know. I don't see it, but
I just did the high pitched peasant. Where's your gem encrusted control device?
right. I would be, if this was all diamonds and shit, like I would be replacing these rubber buttons with something like, I don't know. Even the biggest Patriots fan wouldn't want this. I think that's a lie, and I think that this controller looks cool. I don't even like football, don't like the Patriots, don't like Brady.
I love that it just screams "do your job" on there. Like, imagine if that's all it was. Like, it was just a controller that said "do your job." I'm like, I'm a video game tester. I am doing my job.
I will say I don't like the repeat of the logo.
Yeah, it's the logo though. Like what?
Like this would be better just blank. I think. And imagine like this is the controller you're presented by your boss. Like he's being the most passive aggressive. He's like supportive of your birthday, but then you get this and it says "do your job." It's like you're giving me mixed messages, man. The Brady, I guess, this is kind of weak sauce too. Yeah, it'd probably be better if there's just not this, and it was just the colors and the middle logo. I think it's nice though. I don't know.
It's clean enough.
As a gift to someone who plays like Madden leagues or something like that, this would be
they would Patriots fan, yeah.
Yeah, they'd freak out. They would super freak out. Pokeball Joy-Cons.
Simple.
Very simple, very sleek. I like that they did not line up the bars. The offset looks fantastic. Or I should say, I like that they lined the bars up with the thumbsticks. I think the only thing that would make this look a little better was if the thumbsticks in the middle circle had like a sticker or something in it that looked like the center of a Pokeball. But unnecessary, you know. Does it look like this has a texture?
I might just be the plastic paint or the paint itself. I don't think it's textured on purpose. the grain of the plastic.
I like this one a lot. I also like that the white is not like bleach white. It's got kind of a grayness to it.
Yeah, smooth, simple, sweet.
2 thumbs up for me. Embarrassing. The steampunk controller. You can't see it very well, but they did change the buttons, and I like that. I don't even know, man.
Steampunk is so hard because like
it's so busy.
It's very easy to overdo it. And this does look a little overdone. Like it's hard to find a middle ground. You either have to keep it subtle or just go so over the top that it's like there's no way it's usable, and it is literally just supposed to sit in like a display case. Like there's no this looks like they tried to go halfway. Like it's like yeah, you could still use it, but it's gonna make your hand cramp up. Those nubs on the controllers are gonna kind of get in the way and make it feel
rub
weird.
Against the edge of your thumbs, yeah.
And it's like, it's just like no, just go full bore. Like make literally everything cogs. The buttons can be little cogs. The thumbsticks can be cogs, and just make it completely unusable but awesome to look at. Or just simple like brassify it, you know. Like
I think
just,
if they had just toned down the center, if the center had just been toned down, I think it would look really good.
The weird piping things on the like the very back of it too is what I would definitely get rid of those. I'm like, what are they even there for? That's just noise. The winder's a cool touch, but I just it's just one of the it sticks out too much. Like that's something that would be great if they were doing that. Make it unusable and over the top for display purposes.
Yeah,
like just as the middle ground, that's too much.
I agree. I still like it, but it's it's too much, just too much. Shotgun shell caps for thumbsticks. We got some bullets, some silver gold bullets. We got gold D-pad. We got dollar bills everywhere.
So the Grand Theft Auto controller?
This is the Grand Theft Auto controller.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, if GTA RP is your main and you're playing with a controller on the computer, this is the one you'd be using. I don't like this one. This is not the controller for me. However, I will say if this dollar bills, if the $100 areas were solid and maybe this was purple, I think if it was a purple, like a royal purple or a dark purple, I think it would look fire. Or something like that. I'm just
You just don't like Ben Franklin looking at you?
too busy.
Judging
Way
at
too busy.
you.
I do like this one. I like this one a lot.
Ooh, yeah.
That is
That's
beautifully designed.
simple, sensible, like the minimalist with that touch of grunge. Like that's great. Well
I like
done.
that they even drilled the holes in the middle here. They could have done it on the hands, like they could have done it over here where you sweat, but they didn't. They put it right in the middle, even though that's not how it is on his mask, but it works. It works completely in every way. This works. And I like that they made where the hands go look the cleanest and where your dirty thumbs would go look the dirtiest. So it doesn't just look like it was inspired by the mask. This looks like Jason actively uses this controller. It was immediately what I thought of when I saw it. Like Jason with his swamp hands.
Yeah, dead on, yeah.
This is my favorite so far. The design's just too good. It's too good. Well done. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. I was going to warn you beforehand. Trypophobia. If you have trypophobia, look away for a second. I don't think it's triggering necessarily.
It could be worse.
But
it could be a lot worse.
But just in case, you know, I don't want to speak for anyone else. So, I like the gooey coagulated thumbsticks, and I like that the buttons look like they were carved out of the flesh. Other than that, I don't like it at all.
Again, like it doesn't look comfortable to hold.
No, it looks awful. It looks awful. I would not want to touch it. Could not play with it.
Oh, what if they use like a softer silicone or something for that? like it actually gets some squishy.
Another embarrassing one. Bruce Wayne's least favorite controller.
I mean, the only thing that would be embarrassing is if they were using Leto's design for Joker instead of. Oh, yeah, it's fine.
This the only thing that bothers me about this is where the PlayStation button was.
Oh, it's Heath Ledger.
It's just strange that Heath Ledger's Joker is just in there.
Yeah, that's a little.
The whole thing is kind of cringe, but
it could be worse too.
Yeah, it's not egregious. No crime. Oh, the holes are there. Oh, so they integrated them. I thought they drilled those out. I never even noticed that those holes were already there. A subtle homage to Dragon Ball.
Okay. Seems just like another kind of subtle minimalist one.
Yeah, and I like this one. Yeah. I like that they made the D-pad a different shade and the L and R's a different shade.
The buttons are different starred Dragon Balls.
Yeah. I noticed that this is a 2, right?
Oh, is it 2?
So,
it only looks like it's 1 on my screen.
The light is hitting the second one up here.
Oh.
So you have the 1, which is on the controller, the 2, which is here, the 3, which is replacing the Xbox button, the 4, the 5, the 6, and I can only imagine the 7th Dragon Ball is on the back.
That would make sense.
Possibly, but I like that. That's a very subtle detail that I like. That they're kind of scattered across. Sneaky way of hiding the first one in plain sight. What do you think of this one? You like this one?
I do. Yep. Anything that's minimalist. I don't think there's a minimalist one that doesn't like. Like the worst thing that a minimalist one can be is just kind of boring.
Like what was it? The white Xbox controller.
Yeah, or there was that one was boring. Like the PlayStation camo one was like it was
boring.
Minimalist. It was a little boring, but I mean otherwise like it's good.
I mean, I'll take it over,
Yeah.
some of these other ones. Oh boy. There is a lot going on here. What is this, a Marilyn Monroe?
I don't even know.
Bejeweled skull joysticks and an appearance of the iconic Marilyn Monroe on one of the handles. I do not know what I'm looking at. I have no clue what I'm looking at. I just see Marilyn Monroe peeking here. Is this the worst one so far? I can't even tell what the theme is. Maybe that's why I don't like it. Because I don't even know what I should think about it.
Yeah, like is it twisted metal? Is it like
there's almost like
kind of weird UFC thing, or
there's like a gooey transparent sparkle goo on it.
It's just kind of an I don't know what I'm looking at type of thing.
I have no clue what I'm looking at. I don't know. Does not look comfortable to use, for sure.
That's something that'll definitely take points off for me every time. Is like if it doesn't look, if it's not straight up like supposed to be an art piece, if it looks like maybe it should still be used to play a game, I'm like, if it doesn't look comfortable to hold, I'm just no,
yeah.
Nah, bruh.
Just it ain't it. Someone found their old edgy, a scene and or gothic kit from back in their high school days, yanked a bunch of pieces off of it and glued it to a controller. A lot of this could come out of my old high school kit. This pattern would have been a hit in the 90s. That is hideous. That is utterly and completely hideous. I do not like that. My least favorite colors are pastel colors.
Oh, really?
like that, like a pastel pink, kind of a pastel like cyan, and a pastel yellow. This is not pastel yellow, but it's like most of the colors I don't like altogether. What do you think? I'm
definitely too busy for me.
It's too much going on.
Not coherent enough. But it's definitely, I don't know.
Even that the D-pad is covered in it bothers me.
It's minimally embarrassing. Like that's not.
SK likes it.
Yeah.
Unless we're on a lag and SK likes this.
I wouldn't make a friend, or I wouldn't make fun of a friend for having it. but I would never want it for myself.
No, definitely not. No, if someone was using this, I'd say, what the fuck's wrong with you? If someone was using this, I'd be like, I would probably say cool controller, neat controller, because I would be impressed by how different it is.
I'd be curious. I'd be like, oh, where'd you get that from, or whatnot. But I definitely wouldn't want it for myself.
Not for me. Yeah, I agree. I like this one a lot. I am extraordinarily biased to purple. And this is like a really nice purple, and it's metallic purple. And the thumbsticks are kind of gummy looking.
They're doing like a moon thing, a phases of the moon thing with the buttons too, it looks like. Kind of.
I think you're seeing different versions of the camera taking the picture.
Oh, maybe. I think
you're seeing a reflection because it's kind of over here on the left as well. But I do like that idea, though. That would actually be pretty cool. I like it. This is probably the busiest controller that I like so far.
Yeah, altering designs on the left side and right side. They're not mirrored, right?
It almost looks airbrushed. It was probably airbrushed.
It was probably, yeah.
And airbrushing spirals, and then then they take the paintbrush and flick the white specks on it. They gave the center button a little glow. I think I would like to have seen it with all of the mods, but with the color being just left black with the stars, with just the white specks on it. I don't know, though. I don't know. The whole thing's nice. I like this one. It's not my favorite, but it might be like in my top 3 so far. Very biased to purple. Purple wins for me.
No, okay, I love this. I love this.
That is the most heavily modified. It's like demodded. It's gone backwards. What do they say? Please let this poor Xbox rest in peace. You know what would make this better? Of course, it's not on right now, so maybe they'll do this. If they gave this the red ring. Like if they gutted it, but they left the red ring of death going on it.
Oh, okay.
I think that'd be sick. Like it's gutted. There's no console in there, but it's still red ringing. I don't know. There's something about that I like. I don't know. As a concept. And then here you have a slot to put your pizza scented implant. This is where the pizza goes in your controller. That's the only good use for an Xbox. Oh, nice. Nice. I mean, it's a pretty good use of it. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, another trypophobia. Trypophobia for anyone who cares.
You don't like holes?
This is cool because it's a merger of the Jason one we saw and the Freddy Krueger one we saw.
It's Freddy versus Jason.
I mean, very cool design. Very cool design. I did not like the one that was just this, but when you mix them together, wonderful. They changed all of the iconography inside the buttons to red, which I think looks great. See if we can get... Oh, no, it's the same size. I like this one. Again, would not want to touch it. Especially if they gave it a little extra squish. The only thing I don't like is I feel like some of these black buttons could have been changed in some way. That's it. That's all I got. The thumbstick and the button. They could have made this thumbstick flashy. What do you think?
Yeah, they could have, yeah. Again, probably not one that I would want to use.
No,
but
you don't want to touch this. The flesh of a dead controller. Here we go. This might be purely cosmetic, but it'll make your Overwatch experience better. If you're an Ava fan, I mean,
yeah. What's not to like about it?
It's I really like shit that has like the spirit of the outfit that the character wears without going overboard.
But what if I change the character's skin?
Know what we need? We need a controller that's purely transparent and it's just a giant screen, and you can purchase your skins on the app store for like
it's full
$10
of
a skin.
Yeah, it's just full of LEDs on the inside, like OLED.
Or you give the IP to game makers, so when you're playing certain video games, depending on how your character looks, it changes the skin of the controller, depending on the game you're playing. Ooh.
It's like
I don't know how old Diva is, so I'm not going to comment. I have no clue. I assume she's over 18. Embarrassing. It's like Sea of Thieves fans want to get distracted by their controller. That is disgusting. I love it. They put barnacles on it. Barnacles and rust, and it looks like they melted some of these casings to make them look a little older. This unironically looks like something I think you would like, Sage. I
like the wood.
Piece.
I actually like the wood, as an art piece. Dude, yeah. Could you imagine using that as if there was no actual controller inside of it, like using it as a hide to put in like an aquarium? That'd be fucking dope.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool in an aquarium. I agree. That's a neat idea. It looks like the craftsmanship looks a little shoddy to me. But well done. Well done. I mean, I'm not going to speak to someone else's artistic craftsmanship. My apologies. It looks good. It looks cool. My favorite part is these metal bands that they put up.
Yeah.
The front. I really like that, to give it that kind of hull of a ship look. Really well done. I like that one.
Yep, I approve.
Now this one says, so this one, the image got taken down, and I hunted it down so you guys can see it. But it says, somebody call Peter Parker to come and deal with this, please. And I was like, well, what was so bad about it? And it says, we aren't even sure where to start with this one. This custom PlayStation 4 controller is based on the arch rival of Venom. The arch rival, it shouldn't say of, because it's based on Venom. A character from the Marvel franchise that recently broke in the cinematic realm, blah, blah, blah. Even though it'd be a little awkward to hold, and the bumpy texture could be totally forgiven since it's based on the actual character, but the elephant in the room, the giant red tongue that hangs between the joysticks is definitely something we're not able to turn a blind eye to. So when I read that, I was like, well, now I gotta find it. Because that sounds fucked up. And here it is in all its glory. It's not a great picture. It's such an awful controller. Oh, the tongue doesn't even look right.
What are you talking about? It's perfect.
It's not.
A+.
Take it back. If they had added a bunch of elongated teeth around the bottom, I think I would like it more. It's weird to imagine Venom sticking his tongue out, but not having any teeth when he does it. It's so drippy. But it does come with a built-in stand, which is nice. Someone called Gene Simmons. Oh my goodness, could you imagine a Gene Simmons version of this same exact controller? Things that make you go, The last one is a Neon Genesis Evangelion fan would love. Did I say that right?
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Evangelion. I've been saying Evangelion my entire life.
Honestly, it took me a while to start. I had to watch other anime YouTubers pronounce it before I was like, okay, this is how you say it.
Clean as fuck. I am not a fan of the franchise. I don't dislike, I don't care. I think that looks great. I think that looks wonderful. What do you think, Sage?
No, again, it's just the simplistic just gets the job done. I have nothing negative to say about it. Really,
No notes.
nope. Looks good to me.
The little dangers wording, the center icon changing the X into this symbol. It's good. It's really really good.
It's clean.
Again, just so everyone knows, this sort of thing, if you're trying to get a gift for the gamer fan in your household or, whatever, it's not that expensive to get someone to do this for you, especially this sort of thing where it's just paint strokes and sealant. A lot of people who paint miniatures love to do this kind of stuff. All they got to do is take the controller apart and they just kind of paint it and then put it back together. I'm telling you, some of the other stuff, like obviously if you're getting like the Jigglypuff controller, a little bit of work, extra work beyond painting goes into that. But if you can come up with a good designer, you find like a tattoo artists love doing this stuff. And at least all the tattoo artists I've ever met love doing stuff like this. It gives them a creative outlet that's a little different. You buy the controller, you give it to them, tell them what you want. 9 times out of 10, they are like tickled pink to do something like this nerdum stuff.
Over the moon.
I'm telling you, it's as much of a gift to the artist to be paid to do this as it is for you to, give the gift. So just throwing that out there. I'm going to beat that dead horse because, you find a tattoo artist near you or an Etsy seller that you really like their artwork, they will do incredible, unbelievable things with your consoles, your controllers, all that shit. Good stuff. And if you're worried about like getting a controller ruined or something like that, buying one of the face plates, buying like a shitty bargain bin faceplate for like a Madden game or something, painting those and just clipping it onto your controller, that's a good way to even maybe go a little cheaper or have a way to swap out, that sort of thing. I've often thought that it would be cool to have a controller like this, but it has like part of a character on it, and then it has like their bare chest in the center or something, like a dude's 6-pack or something. And then when you pop the skin clip on top of it, you're like putting their armor on. Like it'd be like Link inspired, and then you'd have like the green tunic, the red tunic, the blue tunic. I don't know how the heck you would translate that in a way that it wouldn't look weird, but kind of like this one. You could have some kind of more general mecha look underneath, and then have clip-ons that are inspired by Diva's different outfits. Stuff like that. I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas. Obviously, this is the winner. I mean...
it's perfect.
Perfect. No notes.
Full send it, brah.
So what do you think? What do you think, Sage? What was your favorite?
My
30 controllers.
Hmm.
I'll scroll slowly back through them. I know which one that's going to be. Obviously. The blue one. This one. It's got to be this one, right?
It's just too cute. I
good.
do actually love it. It's too good. Like it looks like something. It looks like something, like a parent, would have done for their like 11-year-old or 12-year-old kid. It reminds me. It reminds me personally of when I was getting Sonic the Hedgehog comics. We got a wooden box to put them in, and my mom painted on the top of that box, like Sonic the Hedgehog. And I'm like, that was great.
That's awesome.
I loved it.
That's good. That's good. And to any of you who have kids, I mean, or loved ones, I guess they don't have to be kids.
The inner child.
Yeah. Like I said, you walk up to a tattoo artist, you say, hey, I want some like little chibi characters. My person likes this, this, and this. What can you do? They'll knock this out in an hour. Most of them. I've seen some tattoo artists actually do stuff like this, not this exact, but kind of like this with a Sharpie. And they'll, either do a shoe or like a controller in Sharpie, and then you spray a sealant, a very good, like acrylic clear sealant over top of it. Obviously with it being detached from the controller, so you don't seal the buttons in place. And you got a custom gift. Someday when we have like a I forgot about this one. I like that the list put their worst foot forward. I mean, that one.
Yeah.
All I can imagine is that when you would see it, you would see the person holding it by the ears.
Which, if you're facing them, that would look weird. But if you're facing them and they're holding it, like, you'd be looking at it upside down. So, like, you would see it, but the user of it would be upside down for them.
Sage, I know what I'm going to get you for Christmas.
Oh, no. You rascal.
Yeah, it's going to be like that, but it's going to be an udder, like a cow's udder. So you hold on to udders, and they're going to be like dangly, like fleshy rubber udders, just kind of brushing the backs of your hands while you're trying to use it.
That's not what I was expecting.
Well, I was just thinking about this. I was like holding him by the ears, and I'm like, what would be worse than that? And I'm like, just a controller that's just one big cow's udder. Instead of like a rumble pack, I can't say it.
Disapprove.
Rumble pack, it just starts squirting milk out of it every time the controller gets excited.
For the thirsty gamer.
For the thirsty gamer in you. Even comes with a pizza slot for your scented.
God.
How it all started.
Pizza and milk.
Pizza and milk. I mean,
as you do.
A meal of champions. Good stuff. I think we're going to say fuck it to the Diablo shit. I don't care.
It's whatever. It's Blizzard being Blizzard.
I want to play with my nation. So you guys may know from Friday of last week, we started a nation. And that nation was the trade and raid community. We are currently a left-leaning college state. That's how it happened. And I think they gave us like 5 issues. I changed our flag to this. It's the Trade and Raid podcast here. And the layout's a little bit more sleek. It's a little bit more stream friendly. Oop, did I go too high? I did.
Hey.
There we go. The currency is the sub. The animal is chat. The population currently is 8 million. So, I don't know where our buttons are. Where's our buttons? Dispatches, the world, assembly. Oh, okay, my bad. I was looking at our nation from like if someone else was looking at it, not logged in. There we go. So this is the new look for the nation. Trade smart, raid hard. That's our slogan. And we have 5 issues to go through. We don't have to do them all. But you guys in chat will be dictating the fate of our nation. Most likely to succeed, right? Succeed, like succession, right? A group of bearded militiamen have recently declared rural Tanya Cruz country a sovereign and independent nation. Talk radio pundits in Trade and Raid are demanding immediate government action. Our first option. Government's not working for folks around here, says Arthur Kifsber, a turnip farmer. We have ourselves a guaranteed. We have ourselves a guaranteed right from a government that works for us. We don't want any confrontation now. We just want to shake hands and let y'all get along with your business while we get along with ours. How was that?
That was I got some Cleveland vibes in there. That was
it?
Yeah, sounded like it to me.
I can't believe this, shouts General Bill Sherman. This is tantamount to treason. Our political system could collapse if whole territories were allowed to leave at any time. It would be chaos. I propose that you let me take care of the problem permanently. Ooh. Perhaps we can reach a suitable middle ground, says an elderly gentleman resting on a park bench. If we were to bring government close to people and allow them to have a modicum of self-determination, perhaps they wouldn't feel the need to secede. Let's give the local governments more power. Power to the people, I think not.
Not in terms of politics, at least.
Yeah, the people have all kinds of freedoms. They don't need more. If anything, they need less. We give them a little bit of freedom, and this is what they do.
Goes straight to their heads.
I forgot to add X. Shit. I'll remember to add X. There is also the option to just ignore the problem as well.
It'll go away. Don't worry about it.
But we'll do this one. It seems that we are currently looking at letting General Bill Sherman take care of the problem. That's our current vote. If you're in chat, you can vote right now. We have 2 votes for General Bill Sherman to take care of the problem. Going once, going twice, and pull. 100% of the people have spoken. Both of you. Okay, General Bill Sherman. The government violently suppresses separatist movements. Trade and raid was reclassified from left-leaning college state to libertarian police state. Trade and raid's political freedoms fell from some to few.
That's more like it.
Abraham Lincoln didn't get assassinated for someone to secede later. Hey, there you go. Yeah, we'll go trade and raid natural beauty. How to find it. Jobless numbers grow. Military parade draws bumper crowd. And we got a new thing. Got a new thingy. Leadership. Take charge. Corruption went up 33%. Kickbacks per hour. Paul Nader's subject decentrally index. I don't know what that means. What went down? Political freedom, obviously. Pacifism, sure. Cool. Back to issues. Give us money, quoth the poet. The National Poetry Society of Trade and Raid is demanding government-funded programs to promote the arts, especially poetry. We need government to help promote culture, says Beverly Krugman, chairperson of the National Poetry Society of Trade and Raid. Poetry is the soul of our nation, the very pulse of humanity. We will ultimately be judged according to our contribution to artistic elegance. In other words, please provide funding to our humble mission of bringing the beauty of poetry to the masses. Artists and poets should support themselves like everyone else, replies Gilu Rudin, spokesperson for the Capitalism Now party. The suffering taxpayers should be given a break. In fact, we should abolish all government subsidies for special interest groups. And number 3. Who needs them? Scoffs Lucy Ambrose, chairperson. Oh boy. What? Chairperson Emirates of the Troglodyte Coalition. These long-haired troublemakers should all be lined up against a wall and shot. That would be far more entertaining than reading some dumb poems. She's the chairperson to the Troglodyte Coalition? What does that even mean? I have no clue what that means. A troglodyte's like a lizard person, isn't it?
Like a cave dweller type thing, I think. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty intense. I like that, the long-haired troublemakers. I guess that does kind of push the idea that they're like some kind of lizard person. All right, guys. Do we support giving a bunch of money to poetry people? Do we try to abolish government subsidies for special interest groups? Or do we line up all the poets and kill them? Or do we dismiss the issue? Not my, what is that? Not my something. I can't think of what it is. I don't know how I can't think of what that quote is. Not my problem, anyway. Poets are hippies, apparently. Yeah, I wouldn't say that they're hippies, but this definitely does suggest that. We currently have a tie for 1 and 2. Sage, did you vote?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I was going to say if you didn't, be the tiebreaker, but then you'd probably just vote for 3. All right, we are going to flip a coin. Oh, shit. We're going to flip a coin. Yeah, we'll end the poll. I like this. The future of our nation on a coin flip, right? What do you guys think? Heads 1, tails 2? Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Heads 1, tails 2. Tails! We are going to abolish all government subsidies for special interest groups on a coin toss. That sounds like a really big decision for a coin toss. That's a lot. All right, no subsidization. Here we go. The government has cut its subsidies for all special interest groups. Fewer lazy bums than ever before, bosses know. Impregnated by aliens? Our facts will shock you. Football year in review. Conservative groups demand government response on crime. Ooh, we got another image. Nice. I don't know what these are. We're like collecting cars. That caused a lot of negatives. What is this? Charmlessness is up, crime is up, weaponization's up, weather's up. Industry. Book publishing is down 101%. Public education's down, food quality's down, tourism is down. Why'd you guys do it? What's wrong with you people? I like that my hands are clean in this. This is good. What's this do? All right. Corporations demand political say. A well-heeled lobby group is pushing for the elimination of regulations that prevent corporations from donating money to political parties. Oh boy. I have big feelings on this one.
Yeah, and honestly, I think we'll all be in agreement anyway. So
this is supposed to be a democratic country, arms manufacturing industry spokesperson Corella Caplet says. Yet these archaic laws say I can't donate money to support a political party. They put ceilings on the amount any party can spend on advertising. It's time to stop treating voters like children and trust them to make up their own minds. Free the ballot box. 2. You say political freedom, I hear vote buying, says popular anarchist Ingio Hill. If these fat cats get their way, politicians will buy their own seat in Congress. And let's face it, a slick advertising campaign can convince a lot of apathetic voters. We need to tighten the laws, not repeal them. Money should have no place in politics. And number 3. Frankly, I don't see why we need to have elections at all, says your brother Fred over a late night malt whiskey. You always seem to know what's best. Why not scrap the whole political system? It would make things way more simple. I mean, I was wondering what the third idea would be. I was like, well, there's either less regulation or more, and the third one's just, I like how it says your brother Fred. Just, fuck the politics. You know what's best. Oh, that's great. All right, chat, just, do you want to be tyrannical dictators? Do you want lobbying power via money, or do you want people to just have to vote and that's it? You can't make your money here in politics. No millionaire politicians. I don't know why I went that way with my accent. Cast your vote now. Do it. That was quite quick and quite instant. I don't know. I'm a big supporter of number 3.
Number 3 does sound funsies.
I feel like we could really just wrestle control of all these problems, We won't be a dictator. We know better. They don't know better. I'm sure the power wouldn't go to our heads. Going once, going twice, going thrice. Sold. Oh, I almost clicked number 1. They've changed. Okay. Yeah. Number 2. So, money should have no place in politics. Political parties are banned from advertising and receiving private donations. Trade and Raid was reclassified from a libertarian political state to an iron fist socialist. The Trade and Raid economy fell from reasonable to fair. Trade and Raid's political freedoms fell from few to rare.
Yeah,
look at what we're doing, guys. So nice. Government initiatives, usual but good, experts say. Unusual but good, excuse me. How much money do you need to live? It's less than you think. Oh, God. Street cleaners, less dangerous. Modern films too confusing, audience complain. Ideological radicality went up 15%. Income equality went up 14%. Authoritarianism went up 12%. Our authoritarianism's got to be through the roof.
It's getting there.
Corruption went down 80%. So we undid...
Well, that makes sense.
We undid the fucky from before. Our economy's down, though. At what horrible cost? 2 more. Auto industry struggles against foreign imports. Cheap, foreign-made cars are becoming increasingly popular, causing concern in Trade and Raid's automobile manufacturing industry. Unless this government does something, Trade and Raid won't have an auto industry for much longer, says auto industry union boss Carl DePoint in a rare public appearance alongside management. These foreign companies employ people for a few subs a day. The only way to level the playing field is to raise tariffs. The government should make more money too, so it's a win-win. For once, I agree with my grubby colleague here, says General Chassis CEO Paris Lincoln. Although, I have to say, tariffs aren't the only answer. A more effective solution would be to abolish minimum wage laws. Now, that would level the playing field, and we'd be able to employ more, let go of my throat. Oh, nice. Nice, because they're standing next to each other. I think we need to face facts, says noted economist and chat show regular Woody Sestro. We live in a global economy now, and automobile manufacturing just isn't Trade and Raid's strong suit. There's no point taking money from taxpayers in order to line the pockets of a few greedy workers and corrupt managers in a doomed industry. Let the market take its... yeah. Both these guys getting choked. All right, so our options are raise tariffs, lower the minimum wage, or abolish it so people can be paid a penny an hour if that's what they need to do. Or, I mean, this is kind of like ignoring it, isn't it? It's basically just ignoring it. Letting the auto industry go under, I guess, is what number 3 is. X, I think, honestly, will just, like, not do anything. I think it will literally do nothing. Like as though this thing never happened. So maybe that's the difference. So far, tariffs is winning out in the votes. What else we got? Get your votes in now. This will affect the future of our nation for generations to come.
You're going to have to reclassify us as an oligarchy or something.
All right, we got our votes in. Usually we only get 2 votes, but there are more people in this watching currently. So if you guys want to drive the future of the trade and raid nation, get in there. Going once, going twice. We end the poll with a unanimous number 1. We're going to raise tariffs. So what's the downside of this? I don't think there is one. It's good for everybody, right? Electrolytes are what plants need. Punitive tariffs protect local industry. Nice. Automobile manufacturing, Henry Ford Productivity Index went up 65%. The flags saluted per person per day went up 33%. Go Back Gerb's Productivity Index went up 13. Those are pretty big. Those are big jumps. Taxes went down a bit. Economy went down. Why did the economy go down again? Our economy is going to suck. And we unlocked choose cars over environment. Nice. Oh, yeah, I guess that would affect the environment, wouldn't it? Police consider Big Brother anti-crime system. The police department is considering installing surveillance cameras in all major public areas in an effort to crack down on crime. This is a blatant invasion of the right to privacy, says libertarian website operator Dendy Ward. Now I can't even go out in public anymore without being watched. And this is just the beginning. Today there are cameras in the city streets. Tomorrow they're peering through your bedroom window. Hey, I've got news for you, says police media liaison Judy Cummings. When you're out in the public, people can see you. These cameras will be extremely helpful in reducing the national crime rate. Frankly, I can't see what the fuss is about. This is a slippery slope. Argument has got me thinking, says Police Minister Nikita King. It would be a lot easier to fight crime if we watched people all the time. Not with cameras, of course. That clearly is an invasion of privacy. But how about a national database of our citizens coupled with a compulsory ID card and barcoding? It would stop crime dead in its tracks. So we got cameras, no cameras, and this one where we ID card and barcode people. What is that, idiocracy? Yeah, barcode people. Like, you got to present your barcode to, like, enter hospitals and enter public places. And
what for? How come you don't have your tattoo?
How come? Yeah. Say it one more time, please.
What for? How come? Where's your tattoo?
It's so good. So good.
He's unscannable.
Yeah, freaking out. Yeah, unscannable.
God, what a movie.
I watched it for the first time the other day.
Oh, really? Just recently?
I had seen highlights. I had seen so many highlights. I'm like, I feel like I've seen the movie. It was very hard to watch.
Yeah.
Very, very hard to watch, but so quotable. I think number 3 is the best option for us as a governing body. I mean, I already think we kind of let a good thing go with not not taking away people's ability to vote, you know. Now I think we have a really good, you know, we could barcode our people and we could really wrestle control of our nation. And I think that'd be good for us. But yeah, you guys are the voters, you know. It's you guys. It's not me. You know what I should do like one issue I get to pick. I don't know what all this democracy shit's about. Sounds like bullshit to me. Is that it? Is that all the votes? No one else wants to vote? Vote. Do the vote. Someone vote for me. Pick number 3. Dang it.
Voticus.
I'm trying to appeal to the people. All right. The cameras will be extremely helpful in reducing national crime rate. Can't see what the fuss is about. That's what we got so far. Well, I mean, I don't think the Nazis had barcode technology back then. I think they just had a series of numbers. A national database of civilians coupled with compulsory ID cards and barcoding. That is an absolutely insanely oppressive amount of watching. I guess if it's like Idiocracy though, where it's like the world is supposed to be like a technological babysitter.
It makes a kind of sense.
Yeah. It's like this barcode is so you don't hurt yourself. Let's see. All major public areas are watched by police surveillance cameras. Trade and Raid has reclassified from Iron Fist Socialist to Corrupt Dictatorship. Yeah.
Oh, that.
We made it, guys. That is a big jump.
Yeah.
Trade and Raid civil rights fell from superb to excellent. 12-page sports lift out inside. International body praises trade and Radian development. Ooh, Radian? Outdoor camping craze continues. School bans chess as too confrontational. Social conservatism's up 40%, pacifism 20%, tourism up 13%, authoritarianism up 12%. Let's see, what did we lose? Crime went down 33%. That's nice. Weaponization, weapons per person went down 30%. Recreational drug use went down. Ideological radicality went down. Nudity went down 13%.
No!
You're a bunch of fucking monsters, chat.
It was all for nothing.
It was all for nah. It was all for nah, brah. All right, let's Trade and Raid decides. Trade and Raid is gloriously issue free. I like that. I don't know what makes it glorious. Our civil rights are excellent. Our economy is fair and our political freedoms are rare. The community of Trade and Raid is a tiny, socially progressive nation renowned for its barren, inhospitable landscape and suspicion of poets. The cynical, I like that. We are known for our suspicion of poets. The cynical population of 8 million Trade and Radians are ruled with an iron fist by the dictatorship government, which ensures that no one outside the party gets too rich. In their personal lives, however, citizens are relatively unoppressed. It remains to be seen whether this is because the government genuinely cares about the people or if it hasn't gotten around to stamping out the civil rights yet. We just haven't got to it yet. We'll get there. The medium-sized, well-organized government prioritizes defense, although welfare, education, and law and order are also considered important. While international aid and industry receives no funds, the average income tax rate is 22%, but much higher for the wealthy. The fair trade and Radian economy, worth 268 billion subs a year, is fairly diversified and led by the arms manufacturing industry with significant contributions from gambling, automobile manufacturing, and retail. State-owned companies are common. Average income is $33,000 and distributed extremely evenly with little difference between the richest and poorest citizens. The government has cut its subsidies for all special interest groups. Political parties are banned from advertising or receiving private donations. Punitive tariffs protect the local industry, and all major public areas are watched by police service cameras. Crime is almost non-existent, thanks to the capable police force and progressive social policies in education and welfare. Trade and Raid's national animal is chat, which can occasionally be seen sifting through garbage in the nation's cities. There it is, guys. There it is. There's our nation update. That's fun. I enjoy doing that. That bit. What is this? Average standardized normality scale? We're not really ranked high for anything, it doesn't seem. But I imagine this will take a long time. Oh, I forgot about our compulsory organ harvesting. I just want to see what our economy looks like real quick. Yeah, private industry owns 60%, state-owned industry 18%, government 21%. It's not too bad, I don't think. It might be, I'm not sure. I'm not an economist. How you feeling, Sage?
I'm feeling pretty good. How about you?
I'm feeling good. We're at the precipice of 3 hours. It did not feel like 3 hours.
No, it felt pretty quick, actually.
That felt super quick. I think we spent a little less than an hour on Elon Musk, so we must have been on controllers for a long time.
We were. Yeah, we definitely were.
They're so good, though.
There's so much to go, yeah.
And what an interesting thing to talk about. I mean, I guess I thought it was. I'm not trying to toot my own horn.
We didn't even have any like cool off the walls, like unusual controllers, like someone who modded a Steam controller, or something weird like that. Something just less common.
Yeah, it was it was pretty much like I was thinking when I was looking through different things to look into. I was thinking I wanted to keep it, I don't want to say normal, but like Etsy quality. Like not a project that would, not a big modified thing. Because I think I want to do, eventually, I want to talk about custom rigs. And
okay.
I want to get into like custom rig as in tower, custom rig as in, the custom console as like a whole thing. I want to get into that at some point because some of the tower stuff people do is just otherworldly. Yeah. And I've seen some super clean. I really like this. What's it called? Liquid cooling, a custom liquid cooling system that this guy did.
Yeah, when they do custom loops.
And he changed the color of the liquid, and it had the clear tubes, and the whole thing was hand painted. Everything inside, the motherboard anywhere you could, graphics card anywhere you could. Used a lot of tape to get really sharp lines, but he made the whole interior of the computer look like a you'd almost think of it like a crash dummy manufacturing plant or something. So it had all this like yellow and gray and black, like yellow lines all over the place. Had yellow fluid going through the tubes, which didn't look like piss. It was just really good. It was really, really cool. We'll do that segment someday, and I'll fly. And I'll bring that up. The only thing I don't like about doing this stuff is a lot of this stuff is very visual, and if someone wants to do this on their second monitor or they just want to listen to the podcast, talking about controllers for an hour and a half and them not being able to see it does kind of like, is a little eh.
Yeah, makes it a little tougher.
But yeah, I had a good time. I had fun. Thank you guys very much, very, very much for coming in and hanging out. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to do this for the indefinite future, or at least I am. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. EST. And you can assume... Oh man, you guys aren't ready. You're going to hear the full embodied succulent voice of Sage soon. Oh.
Hopefully.
Oh.
Hopefully.
Don't be surprised. If you guys tune in on Wednesday, don't be surprised if your panties turn into a moist towelette.
Whoa!
Just saying. Be prepared. Come with a second set of drawers because Sage is going to be on a new microphone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. True story.
True story.
All right. You guys have an absolutely fantastic night, a good Tuesday, and we will see you on Wednesday.
Peace out, y'all.